then time caught up with my plans. When the day broke, it exposed me for the fool that I really am. But you said, let me lead you, let me take you by the hand, yeah. So I can feed you from a good and precious land. All my eyes have seen, you're all I need. You're all I need. Yeah. So now I'm learning to walk in your steps, and through the valley of confusion, I've been losing my apprehension with death. But you say, let me lead you, let me take you by the hand, so I can feed you from a good and precious land. Now I owe it all to you, giving my heart to you, freedom becoming true. Nobody else like you, do what you promised to, and I'm so grateful for your love. And all my eyes have seen the wonders of your mystery received. I've tasted what it means. Now nothing else is good enough for me. You're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. Oh, I need you. Yeah, I need you. Oh, I need you now. Now I owe it all to you, giving my heart to you, freedom becoming true. Nobody else like you, do what you promised to, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your love. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I need you in my life. Oh,
What's up, everybody? We are live, and we're grateful. We're grateful to be here on this beautiful June 15th evening. It's Monday night, and this weekend was packed full of a lot of things. It's a lot going on, as always, and we're going to get into it. So appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, share this video with your friends, drop a comment. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're with us. We're in the Lion's Den. You're watching Young Lion TV.
Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, won't you get up and start fighting? Everywhere I look, they're hiding. Young lion.
Yes, sir. Young Lion TV is live and direct. We are here in the Lion's Den. And again, we are 100% live here on a Monday evening. We're ready to get into some topics. But first, we got to shout out everybody who is joining us. If you're in the chat, make sure you hit that like button. Again, share this video with your friends. Get the algorithm going. And while everybody's coming in, we do like to mention that this is a podcast that we started a long time ago, where we just like to have conversations in front of the cameras to document our thoughts and our feelings on different topics, whether it's about culture, life, politics, relationships, things that we care about, things that we think are important in the zeitgeist that need to be discussed, and give our takes on, and also show our journey as we follow our faith in Jesus Christ, and as we grow as men and as husbands and fathers and sons. And all of that is important to have a documentation of that, and also an example for the next generation. So something that we are passionate about, and if you want to support it, we do have a Patreon. The link is in the description. You can become a member over there. Sign up, join the pride of the Young Lions, and we appreciate all our Patreon members who have been supporting us forever. So we appreciate you guys. It's been, many years that we've been doing this podcast now, so shout out to all the supporters. Without further ado, I got with me, sitting on the other chair, he's my brother, my big brother, but he's everybody's big brother, Mr. Jacob Eugene Evans III is here.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? Fell asleep on us, running a little late, was watching the World Cup.
Catching some Z's.
And
Must have been a boring game.
I was just tired. I had a long day.
long day.
It wasn't the USA game though. You know what I'm saying?
That game was exciting.
Woo-wee.
That game was exciting.
That was, man. That kind of.
I actually forgot about it. But then, I saw everybody's text. Nana text me. It's like, yo, America's looking like Brazil out there. So I turned it on. I'm like, yo,
let's not go that far.
Well,
but
they were looking
Brazil
better
this
year.
The current Brazil I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Brazil of the years past.
Right.
Yeah, Brazil in their heyday. You know what I mean? But keep it moving. You see him sitting over there in front of the production setup. He's over there handling all of the switching cameras and everything this evening. He's sitting in for my mom, who's not feeling well, and he is Mr. Simone Chang.
What up? And I'm always, throwing in little tangents, and we get off topic.
But that's part of the charm of the podcast. But shout out to my mom. She was here. She was ready to go. She wasn't feeling well. I just told her, you might as well leave now. Let Moan handle it. So
sent her home.
Yeah, because I don't want her to suffer through, and then an hour in, she's like, oh,
plus the whole camera thing. If I get up, you know what I mean?
It just ruins the flow a little bit.
Yeah.
But shout out to mom. She just had a birthday yesterday, turned 70.
Yeah.
And we all got together and had a nice dinner.
Hold up,
with
before
her.
we get into that, who are you?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I am the guy trying to steer the ship as we navigate these streaming waters, and I am the guy who always looks like someone. My soccer game on Sunday. I hope someone, dude, asked me if I have a brother that lives in North Carolina. And I'm like, no, man, all my brothers live up here. He's like, bro, there's somebody in North Carolina that he looks like he's your brother. And I'm like, people always say that I look like somebody, or they know somebody that looks like me. But yeah, my name is Jamie Evans over here. It never fails, bro. And then if they ever show me a picture, it's like I don't look nothing like this person.
That's like Dave thinking that one dude from San Diego, the waiter, looks just like Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're white and they have the same hair.
They have the same hair and beard.
There was
and a beard.
Yeah.
Similarities. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a very vague resemblance. Yeah. And that's what anyone who's a vague resemblance of me, they say it looks
but
just
that's
like
what
me.
tells you a lot of people, they don't have good measures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of really looking at people.
Yeah. and that shows you that you can't always trust eyewitnesses with things.
Yeah. Yes.
Because people get stuff wrong. They remember stuff wrong. And your mind will play tricks on you.
Yeah.
There's a episode of Forensic Files, because Liz is one of them people that has to sleep with Forensic Files on.
Creepy.
It's so weird. So there's an episode of that where a woman was sexually assaulted by a man in her sleep, and he beat her until like she had like brain damage.
Oh goodness.
When she wakes up in the hospital, she tells them that her husband did it. And she remembers it being her husband that did it. Her husband does like 15 years in prison until finally they do like DNA catches up to technology, and then they find out that it was some other guy who, because of her memory, because of the way it all went down, like her and her husband had just gotten to an argument, and he left and went and got like fast food. But while he left, there was a dude outside the house watching, and he crept in and then raped her.
Oh wow.
And but because she only saw his silhouette in the doorway before it all happened, she just assumed it was her husband. So in her mind, it really was him that did it.
Bro, just watch the same type of stuff,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of mistakes on the police. Dude raped her.
Yeah.
That could have solved all of it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But there's so many cases where they just don't look into something, or they miss something, and
Or they
then,
have their mind made up.
yeah, somebody spends years in prison because
Yeah.
they made a mistake.
Yep. And then, to only finally get exonerated later, and
But 15 years gone.
15 years of his life is gone. But the crazy part is, like, he even said it, like, she has this memory. And there was a psychologist who came on there and said that, like, your memory is actually, people think that your memory is like this storage of like photography or something, but it's not like that. It's very cloudy, and like you can remember think you remember something accurately, and it's completely wrong.
Yeah, they
You
say
know.
that your brain kind of fills in the blanks.
Yeah. Or it will not even blanks. It will create something that you think actually happened, but really never happened.
It connects realities, but that's the thing. It's what you already accept as reality.
Yeah. Or sometimes what people will show you is reality.
Right, but you have to accept it. It's the same thing. Like
Right.
if you agree with that, you've accepted it in.
Yeah.
So now it becomes a part of your reality.
That's how these illusionists work. And you ever see these mentalists that are like going around on these podcasts now, and they're making it seem like they're doing these like elaborate tricks.
Yeah.
But it's really just that. It's like they have set your mind up in a way where you're accepting something that they gave you, and then you give it back to them, and then it looks like they did this trick on you.
Yeah.
People have exposed like how these guys do this stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it's all manipulation
Yeah.
tactics.
Yep.
And dude, we think we got it all. Like, that's why, like, you ever notice when you challenge somebody's false realities,
Yeah.
they can't take it. Like,
Right.
they snap, right? That's why we get all these videos of people crashing out, with the LGBTQ stuff. And it's because when you come against their reality, like, if it was actually true, you wouldn't be that upset, right?
Yeah.
Like when somebody says something to you that you don't believe, and that's really the key. It's what you believe,
Yeah.
and why you believe it. It's because you actually have faith, right? You know what's funny? Connected to this, there's this video that had been going around for a while, about, it's a debate between a Christian and an atheist,
Okay.
and they're talking, and the guy's like saying, I don't have faith. He was basically saying, like, you have to, for you to believe the things that you believe, you have to have faith. Even if you're an atheist, he's like, you have more faith than me, and then the guy's like, I have confidence, I don't have faith, right? And the guy says, confide, with faith. That's what confidence comes from.
That's what that word means.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. So a lot of people think, like, again, you feel confident about something,
Right.
but it's just belief.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you think it's real to you,
Yeah.
but it's not real.
But that's why people will say, like, I believe in science.
Right.
But they don't know that a lot of scientific fact is still just theory. There
Right,
is no concrete evidence for a lot of these things.
all science is the study of nature.
Right.
Right? But what is behind nature happened. It something put this stuff. That's the whole thing with the Big Bang.
Right.
Like you gotta have
evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have faith. Like it's the evolution. You gotta have crazy faith to believe in that. Because how can you fill in a gap that you can't?
Right.
How do you fill in that gap?
Right.
You know, my kids will like. I never told my kids anything about that. My son came to me one day. He's like, "Daddy, how do they figure out like millions of years, and then we're not even around at that time?"
Yeah.
I was like, exactly.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
that's a lot of confidence in some stuff that they just
Speculation.
they're just speculating on.
I mean, when you look at string theory, all of these scientific theories about the quantum physics and all this stuff, like a lot of that stuff is just based in speculation.
Yep.
None of it, like it's all just kind of guys that are just sitting around theorizing on stuff and like philosophizing.
It's like watching a movie that it's so out there you can't connect to it, right?
Yeah.
But if you ground a movie in a lot of truths, even though it might be out there in terms of like the different planet you never been on, but like Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars is like in a place far, far away, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, all the planets look like
They're
different
all
parts
based-
of the earth.
They're all based off of like
All the aliens are different, races.
Insects
Yeah,
or
they're
like
like,
something that looks like
Jar Jar
something
Binks
else.
was Jamaican.
Yeah. Or there's some kind of species that's based off of something that exists on Earth.
Right.
Like you've never seen anything that looks like, oh, that's something ambiguous. Like
Right.
what is that?
And then the through line though, like, is not all that stuff. That's just all side stuff, right? The through line is the truth that is like inerrant. Like it's the stuff that like I am your father and that whole
The
connection
hero's
between the
journey,
father.
yeah.
Like that stuff is true. You
Yeah.
know, that's something that people connect to on a deeper level.
Right.
So if you don't have that there, it's not gonna make sense.
Yeah.
And you see that with a lot of movies where it's like, man, this is just, what is this?
Yeah.
It could be set in reality, but it's just so disconnected from the truth that people are like, this doesn't feel good. You know? How many times people say that, like with movies, like, yeah, it's just something about that didn't feel good. Actually, that movie that just came out, Steven Spielberg, I've been hearing a lot about that.
Oh,
the Alien movie.
What's it called? Yeah, they've been talking
Disclosure,
about it. Disclosure Day. Yeah.
Disclosure Day.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that he had said something. If you're a believer, it's gonna it's gonna shake you or something like that.
Wah, wah. I doubt it.
But I heard it's not even that bad.
I mean, dude, everything, it's basically like everything that the woman is doing and stuff that happens, it's like aliens. Yeah, demons. Like it's not just swipe it out, you know what I mean? Switch it.
Yeah.
But it's just bad. It's a bad movie.
Yeah, it reminds me of what you're saying right there. Reminds me of like when I used to watch Ancient Aliens on the History Channel, and how like
the dude.
they would make everything was like aliens had to do this,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or it's just what they told us happened in the Bible,
yeah,
like
or these
like,
dimensional
nothing else
beings.
can explain this. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's already been explained.
Yeah.
Like we have stuff that tells us what happened here.
Yep. I was we have preconceived notions of things, right? Mm-hmm. So I was watching this thing of this I think he was like oneness debating like a Trinitarian.
Okay, explain what those two terms mean.
Oneness is modalism, which is like you believe God is Father, Son, Holy Spirit, but they're all the same. Mm-hmm. Like there's the same person, right? Just in different. Like at one time he was the Father, at another time he's the Son, at another time he's the Holy Spirit, right? Versus the Trinity is three persons, one being, right? Where the same nature, but three different persons. So what do you see play out in Scripture throughout all of Scripture, throughout the whole Bible, Old Testament, New Testament? So the thing I wanted to get to is they're talking about the angel of the Lord, right? That you see come up in Scripture. Now, this is not the same as an angel,
Yeah.
right? This is an angel of the Lord or angel of Yahweh, right? And every time you see this, it's connected to worshiping, right? Jacob worshiped this angel of the Lord, but there's no worship of angels.
Yeah.
So this guy's like saying like, oh, that's blasphemy that you would talk about. That's an angel. Like he's not even understanding like an angel just means messenger.
Yeah, messenger,
right?
yeah.
But when we think of angel, we think of like, I'm talking about Western civilization.
Yeah.
We think of like
What's been depicted
beings
to us.
with wings.
Yeah, these
and-
winged beings, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not, no, angel just means messenger. A person can be an angel, right? Comes from the Greek word angelos
Right.
or angelos, whatever. So when you don't know that, and there's a disconnect there, now something can come along and insert itself in, right? If you don't have that connection, and if you don't know these
Right.
things, other things can come in.
Right. But to me, it's like if you do any like critical thinking about what's being said in the word, you would understand that.
If you want to believe it, but if you're stuck in, if like what is the scary thing about religion is that if what you do think if what you're doing you think saves you,
Yeah.
that's become your rule, and that's the lens you see everything through, and that becomes your fear, right?
Yeah.
That's why we're supposed to fear the Lord,
Yeah.
right? It's funny because even the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him. Him, right? So obviously it's not just an angel, it's Yahweh. But so my point is that if we're not focused and fearing God, we're going to put our focus on a rule or a theology,
Yeah.
how we see something.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to rule over us. So we see it through that lens. And whenever something comes to challenge that, we're going to get scared, right? And it's going to put fear in us. Like, that's blasphemy. You know, and then you feel attacked. And that's what this guy that I'm talking about, he was acting like that. Oh, that's blasphemy. What are you talking about? Like, because he couldn't even see it because he was so stuck in seeing like anywhere it says angel, it has to do with God sent being versus God sending himself, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
here, I just asked chat real quick. It says an angel is generally understood as a spiritual being that serves as a messenger or a servant of God. In the Bible, angels appear many times. They deliver messages, protect people, worship God, and carry out God's purpose. For example, the angel Gabriel told Mary that she would give birth to Jesus. Angels announce Jesus' birth to the shepherds, and angels strengthened Jesus before his arrest, and angels described as worshiping gods in heaven. So,
And Jacob wrestled with
an angel.
an angel.
The angel of the Lord.
Right. But then his name means to wrestle with God or to
Right.
So even in his name is telling you that he wasn't wrestling with a angel.
Right. And
You know
he,
what I mean?
and he worshipped him. That's like
Yeah.
key, you know. So
I don't know, dude. Like for me, my mind always goes back, especially when I see like these type of debates where people are like stuck into these boxes of Christianity. I'm this. I'm a oneness. I'm a Trinitarian. I'm this. It always takes me back to, and I've mentioned this many times on here before, and it kind of was one of the things that blew my mind was that that app that was on the iPhone years and years and years ago, the Tesseract app, where it's like you're looking at a 4-dimensional object in 3 dimensions, and every time you move it, you don't know what you're looking at.
yeah.
But if you're trying to make sense of it from whatever angle you're looking at it at, you can see a square, you can see a triangle, you can see a weird shape, you
Yeah.
can see something that's crazy that you can't make sense of. And I feel like people are arguing over something that they can't fully understand anyway because it's not within the dimension that we can kind of perceive in sometimes. And people are trying to constantly put it in this box.
I think you're right, but I do think that God gives us a certain amount of revelation to show us who he is, right?
Right.
And but then we can take it too far.
What I'm saying is like he'll give you that revelation to show you this is what you're looking at right now, right?
Yeah.
But to say you understand the whole now is crazy.
Well, I would say, okay, so you ever see the videos of people making videos of like the cherubim?
Yes.
And like the circle,
Yeah.
That's like it looks crazy, right?
Yeah.
But
You talking about the mechanical
the Ezekiel's
thing?
wheel or
Ezekiel's
whatever.
wheel.
Yeah. Or like
Cherub.
they'll call it the biblically accurate angels, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's what you're saying. Like even all that talks about the wheel and you see it that way, but then you also see the seraphim and the angels all over it, but then you see cherubim and you see like, oh, it's got an ox head and a lion's head and a man's head and an eagle's head.
Eyes everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what does this mean? And then you see the same. You see 4 living creatures, and in Revelations, and one's an ox, one's so you see the parts of that.
Yeah.
But I think we've talked about it, like it probably could be all the same thing, but it's how we see it.
How we're seeing it. What we're looking at that time.
Yeah, because you can see it's all based off of. It's funny because I was just went back to something I wrote down a while ago, but it was connected to the rainbow, and I was looking at like rainbows are literally perceived from your perception or your perspective wherever you are viewing so it doesn't look the same to anybody,
right?
Because we're all seeing it from a different perspective.
Because it's reflecting off of the dome.
Right.
I mean, that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation. I mean, you need 2 lenses. You need 2 forms of reflection to create a rainbow. I'm just saying, like that's a different conversation.
Where you at, Pop?
But my point is that this is something that you can observe, right? And it's also refracting the light, right? So you're seeing light, but you're seeing light refracted. So now you're seeing the different parts. Now it looks like colors, right? So you're seeing light, but you're seeing it refracted. So when we think light, we think of like white light or yellow light,
Yeah.
But then when you think of a rainbow, you don't think of light.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a different perception or perspective.
Yeah.
But there's something that I think I got the other day was like, you can't give what you don't have. Did I tell you about this? Like,
no.
You can't give what you don't have, right? And you can't have what you can't grasp. And you can't grasp what you don't understand, right? And a lot of us think we understand, so we try to grasp it tightly, right? And then we think we have it, and then we think we can give it, but what you're giving, you don't really have because you haven't really grasped, and because you don't really understand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So it's our own pride and jumping
Hubris.
to assumptions about things, but
So you're telling me that somebody can think that they have it and they have a grasp on it, but they really don't.
Yeah.
They really don't. Yeah. And it's hard to grasp. You think you got a grasp, but it's hard to grasp.
And you may have a grasp on a small piece of it. You may have a slight little grasp.
Right. But it doesn't mean.
But that goes back to what you're talking about. Like it says in the Bible that we know in part, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So God might give somebody or a church or whatever you want to call it, a section of Christianity, something that they didn't give this other part. But
and then
we're
they make
over
that their entire doctrine.
we're over here arguing.
Yeah.
And
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what the Tesseract thing is to me. Like because if it was right here in the middle of all of us, you would be seeing one thing, I'm seeing one thing, and you're seeing something else, and we're all arguing that we're on what we're seeing.
Right. But everybody's seeing.
Everybody's
seeing the rainbow.
We're all seeing the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're trying to convince you
Just
that
like-
no, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this. You're wrong.
Just like what you just said about
Yeah.
the rainbow.
Yeah.
Everybody's seeing the rainbow, but they're seeing it differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But but I will say that there's truth and there's standards that you see in the Bible that you have like the reason why I hold to the Trinity and I hold to it, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't hold it tightly.
Yeah.
I hold it loosely, meaning I see the Trinity. Mm-hmm. Modalism doesn't work.
Right.
Like it doesn't work within Scripture. Because you're going to tell me in John 8 that when Jesus says, when the Pharisees ask him, who's your witness? Right? Because what's the law say? You got to have two witnesses.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't need a witness, but if I did have to have a witness, the Father in heaven is my witness, right? So that's one, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm my own witness. So he goes into that. So if he was the Father, then how would that make sense?
How would that make sense?
Doesn't make like that.
And when he said, "I do nothing unless I see the Father do it first,"
right?
If he can't do something unless he sees the Father do it first, how does that make sense if they're one? If when he talks about, I mean, there's so many points where he talks about the Father separating himself from the Father.
When he says, no one knows the time that the day or hour except the Father.
Right.
Right. Even that, like people say, oh, see, he doesn't know. Like, not exactly.
That's what Muslims always try to use.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, if we know the wedding feast and we know all this, like it's the Father's honor to declare the time of the wedding feast, right? So it's not that the Son doesn't know; it's that it's the Father's job to declare it, right? Yeah. So he submits himself to the Father in that aspect, and that's what we see with Jesus. He submits himself to the Father. That doesn't mean he's lesser. It's just like if you grow up as a son, and your father is he's gonna pay for your wedding. Let's say it doesn't mean you're lesser than your father,
right?
And that you're a man now. You're about to have your own family,
right?
But you do honor your father, right? And there's a progression in that way, right? And we're talking about, right? We know in part, right? But where does that come from? 1 Corinthians 13, which is the chapter on love, right? God is love. So you can't even understand God without persons. How can love be expressed without somebody else? And that's the problem, of course, with like Islam. Like you need, and you're dependent upon creation to love versus the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, who love. God is love because they define it amongst themselves. They don't need anything else to define, or he doesn't. God doesn't need anything else to define it, right? So it's defined among that being, God, right? Yahweh, but at the same time, he wants to share that with us, right? So, and that's the beauty of it. So now, how do we grow in godliness? We love one another. How can we love one another? We need him, right? So if we grab too close to something...
Yeah, how do we know how to love?
By looking at the one who loves first, right?
Yep.
Right? 1 John 4, love one another because God loves you first, right? Jesus died for us. He loved us. But the problem is we can get caught up so much in doctrine and theology that we focus on that becomes our focus.
Well, that's my point, and that's what I was just about to ask. Like, so what does the debate and arguing over oneness versus Trinitarian versus, name any of these other things, what does that ultimately do?
I'll tell you what it does. And again, like it can go left. So any of this stuff can go, because even if like the Trinity and you have all the verses, if you're talking to somebody and you're like trying to make them look like a fool, like, dude, you don't got no love in you, So the point of it that's not the point, right?
Yeah.
But the problem I see with a lot of these, like oneness, that we were just talking about, is that, dude, there's a lot of bad doctrine that comes out of this that will make you see things from a very limited perception.
Well, that's where I'm saying, like, I feel like even being drawn into a camp in a way is a form of a snare or a trap to just get you into this like false dichotomy of a debate on doctrine. Like you're missing.
I wouldn't like you can, but you do have to define things because then you have grounding, right? So like it's not like the Trinity isn't in the Bible, the word isn't there, like, but you can see it throughout. Like you can talk about God and talking about him, it's beautiful, right? Like us just talking about how God is one and how he love, like God is defined through the Trinity, right?
But what I'm saying is, if you tell somebody that if you don't see that the Trinity is there, then you're totally lost. Like if you like, I understand. Like
I wouldn't. Yeah, for me, I don't put those like people will say like, yeah, if you believe in like oneness or something, like a Trinitarian, a lot of times will say, yeah, you're a heretic and you know you're not saved, and a oneness would say if you're not baptized in the name of Jesus, you're not saved, right? So I don't hold to that. Like I don't hold that too tightly because you can see people's hearts.
That's not even in the Bible.
What?
Like saying if you don't do these things, you're not saved.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand how people like, what if you grow up as a Muslim? What if you grow up as a oneness and that's all you know? Or you were brought in, like you believed in Jesus in that way. You might not see Jesus for who he is totally, but you do see Jesus in certain ways. I'm not talking about Muslims, but I'm talking about because you still read the Bible, right? So, and you don't know the heart of a person like a Muslim who wants to know God, right? And I've heard stories of Muslims who like had dreams because they really wanted to know who God was and they didn't have a relationship. And they're like, I'm doing all these things and nothing is happening, you know? So you see these stories that happen in people's lives. And if we're just going to be like, and that's what I'm talking. So like, this is what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Then we don't leave room for God to work
at all.
And that's where we hold on too tight.
And how do you make sense of Jesus telling the man who's next to him on the cross?
Yeah.
You know, this guy didn't get baptized in the name of.
This
guy didn't say, "I believe in the Trinity." I see it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
And it was last minute.
He just said,
"Last minute."
I see who you are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why, like, I don't try to. Like, I know some people who are, you know, different. I don't try to debate them.
Yeah.
I just ask questions. So, like, they know I know. Yeah. I already know, but I just want to, what are they? Because sometimes people say there's something, they don't even know what they are, you know? Like,
and that's different. Asking questions to engage and find out where somebody is.
Yeah.
And then because I just see, like, because I'm on Christian YouTube too a lot. And I see these
crazy,
debates.
Right?
And it's just like, to me, it's pointless sometimes.
Yeah. I think it's good.
You about to have somebody make a video about us, bro?
Okay, let them.
I think it's good to a certain extent because it can expose like how people haven't really thought things through.
Yeah.
Right. And it can expose weaknesses, like that clip I just said about the atheist, and he's like, "No, I have confidence." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, confident.
Yeah.
It's
that's different. That's different,
right? But these are that's a debate. You know, these are the things.
I believe debate is important.
But I know what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, like, when people are debating these minutiae of like, we believe that a Christian is this, and we believe a Christian is this, and it's like they go back and forth on these, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's this whole thing with the Eastern Orthodox Church.
Yes, I've been seeing that too.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But at the same time though, if it doesn't get, like if people aren't talking about it, we wouldn't know these, like I'm not a part of the Eastern Orthodox. I didn't know they believe these certain things, so it gets exposed and then it gets confronted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you do kind of like gotta flesh some of this stuff out because like, wait, you believe that? You know what I'm saying? Like they believe in some icon stuff, like dead hands that from saints.
That's where I believe that debating and like you said, flushing it out and setting guidelines and grounding. Like you guys believe that? Where is it?
Where's
in
that?
the scripture.
Intercession of the saints,
and that's good. Like, but
I
to Jamie's point though, like it starts getting like that when you just want to be right and you're not listening.
But that's where I'm saying like it's a balance. You can go to the right or the left and be off. Like what's your heart's intention in it all the time?
Right, and that's the most important. That's the most important thing, right?
Yeah,
it's your heart for the Lord.
Yeah,
right?
Are we? What are we doing it for? Are we trying to prove somebody? Are we trying to prove ourselves as a good debater?
Yeah,
we're trying to prove ourselves right. Are we? You know what I mean?
Or our doctrine right?
Yeah. Or are we actually
looking for God?
Do we want the truth?
Yeah, the truth.
Do we want God more than anything? Are we doing it in service to God? Versus like I'm serving God.
Right. Bro. That's I'm watching. I'm on season 2 of The House of David, and that's just like when you're speaking, it's just like David, he made mistakes.
Yeah.
But he had a heart for the Lord, and you saw that like when his interaction with King Saul and everything. It's a good show, man. Like they put in their little
twist,
little fillers to make a good story and stuff, but it's a really good show.
I gotta watch that with Lise. I know she would like that.
Yeah, I watched the second season.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it's starting to get good. I think I'm on episode 4, season 2. It's starting to get good.
Yeah, I like it.
And the fighting too, man. That's my wheelhouse. I always like the.
Speaking of that, did you watch the Mandalorian movie?
I did. I took Noe to go.
How was it?
What did you think?
I mean,
I've heard bad things.
Yeah,
I've heard bad things, but I don't think it's as bad as they say. Like it depends on if you like, the new Star Wars stuff. Like my brother-in-law Jonathan hates like all the new Star Wars, and
a lot of people hate it. I'm hearing
it's interesting that like from his
he loves old Star Wars,
but understand like what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't want
to. The stuff that they're putting in it is very much
right.
But like, he's more about like the stories and stuff like that.
But
and
he's one of them people that will argue with you about like the facts of, because we've had those conversations where I've heard them like going back and forth about like the specifics of the Star Wars lore. And to me, that's just like
that's well, it's kind of the same. Which like
but to me, but that's just nonsense though. Like it's like
it is.
Yeah,
it's like you're arguing over something that's make believe,
but
it's not real at
all.
all.
But to me, it's like if it's a good story, it's they created like this whole universe and the Clone Wars. To me, the Clone Wars cartoon brought back Star Wars to me because the new movies were terrible.
Yeah, they sucked.
But I enjoyed it. It was, a Mandalorian long episode. That's what it was to me.
I heard this is what I heard about that, and a lot of people have been making this that was supposed to be a season of The Mandalorian that they just condensed down into a film, and you can actually see where the episode breaks are because like something about the deal with Disney, like they were trying to push out a movie, and they just like took the footage from another season
I can
that
see
was
that.
supposed to be The Mandalorian and turned it into a film.
I can see that. I really can see that.
This is what I heard. That why people were disappointed in it because it didn't seem like an actual film that they were trying to make.
Yeah.
It was like they just pieced together a bunch of footage from episodes and put it out.
Yeah.
Jakey wants to go see it. I'm trying to wait. All right, and then wait till it comes out on Disney.
It's probably gonna be out soon on Disney Plus. I mean, that's what it didn't. It felt like just like what I said. It didn't feel like this huge, budget type of thing. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like a big movie thing. Just felt like a long episode of The Mandalorian. But it wasn't bad though.
That goes right along with what I was hearing about it.
Yeah, but again, like I think we lost the plot with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. when you look at those films that like destroyed the box office over the last weekend, that were both independent films, low budgets, and are
What? I don't.
you didn't hear about this?
No.
Yeah, you told me about
Obsession and Backrooms. These are two like independent films that were done by like two YouTubers. One of the dudes was like 20 years old and broke all the records for outsold The Mandalorian. And
I gotta look into that.
yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
is like the highest grossing. A24 put out the one film. They bought it and put it out. It's their highest grossing film in their history.
What's it about?
They're both like thriller kind of stories, psychological thrillers. One of them is based off of like, it's supposed to be like a psychological thriller about modern dating and people's anxieties and stuff like that. And then the other one is about like modern culture. I don't know. What I heard about it was like, it's called Backrooms, and it's about like people's psychology and anxieties or something like that. But they're both like low budget. They were done like the one film was done for like $750,000.
They're not documentaries.
No. They're movies.
films.
They're movies.
$750,000.
That's low budget.
That is low budget.
You know how much Mandalorian costs?
Exactly.
But for a $750,000 movie to make like $200 million,
That is a come up like crazy.
that's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't remember exactly how much. it made.
Jamie making up numbers again. Fact checking.
Let me see. How much did Obsession?
$2 million.
$287
What?
million.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Yes, with a budget of $750,000, it made $287 million worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's doing historic numbers
But
for an independent
again, though,
film.
like
Because it's more about the story.
right, you have like things you got to do this, you need this,
Yeah.
you know, and when you just want to get the story out, you're gonna cut away the stuff you don't really need and focus on the stuff you do need, and then you're gonna get into problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that, like
Yeah.
you're gonna get into issues, and you got to figure out what to do. And a lot of times, the things that you just had to finagle turn into they turn into some, like good stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
And this film, no star actors, all no names. Like some people that work for free.
wow.
And now it's becoming a problem because a lot of them that got paid like $1,000 to do makeup or got, you know what I mean, like to do the music, they're like, wait, this movie made how much money?
Yeah.
And they're
Where's
mad.
my?
They're mad.
They're Brian
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Where's my money, man?
So they're looking at it, but no one expected it to do
Yeah.
this.
And that's also why, like, if you're gonna do stuff like that, I think it should always be like, yo, you get a percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Should
it,
be worked
you know
out.
what I mean, because
The Hollywood culture is everyone's just trying to get the next come up and get work,
Right,
and
yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's how it is. You
It's
know,
greedy.
It's kind of
It's
like
greedy.
it's not just greedy, but it's also just the culture around it. It's also like if you think about it, like me and Lise went to go watch the Michael movie, and thinking about like human nature, she brought up like all of the music in the background, all those iconic like parts of those songs that made those songs as great as they are. Those musicians didn't get piece of that royalties.
yeah,
They were paid as session musicians.
We know that.
But this is what I'm saying. So think about it. Like if those guys got a piece of the biggest selling album of all time, it's the same vibe. Like
Yeah.
that was the culture then. Like
They agreed. Yeah.
That was
you can look at it
was
that
just
way.
the agreement. Like you
Yeah.
were a session musician. You got paid for that session. Work for hire. And a lot of these guys were writing parts that were, you know, more important than the lyric sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yo, real quick
especially
though,
with
Jay.
Michael's-
Yeah.
Real quick, Wirecast had detected feedback. Do I hit OK? And it has turned off the computer.
Yeah,
audio
just
output.
just hit okay. It's fine.
I don't want to hit OK. You won't be like, yo,
you killed
everything.
So again, like what you just said, like we accept things, right, and it becomes a part of the way we do it,
Yeah.
right, and and then it becomes a part of our reality until something confronts it, and then we're like, wait, this got to be a better way to do this, right?
Yeah.
That's how things grow, and you're always gonna. There's nothing wrong with that, but imagine if you're like so stuck in your ways, and you think, no, it has to be this way, and it's based off of because God said so type thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it's like, dude, that's a whole problem,
Right.
because you don't know what to do, and I think that's where we get caught a lot of times. But how do you grow? You can't hold things so tightly, and you got to rely on the one who gave us everything, right? Because you're not going to know how to deal with people and really love people. In the world, what happens? You're looking to protect yourself. You're looking to feed yourself, secure yourself,
Justify yourself.
and that's all independent of God.
Yeah.
Right. That's why it's sin, because it's independent of God. But when we learn to trust God, we become dependent on God, right? And we got to lay down our independence. We got to lay down our trying to secure ourselves, trying to, you know what I mean? And that's all actually corrupted ways of thinking that we accepted in ourselves to protect ourselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got to let it go. And in that's where it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because when you're religious, you don't even see all the stuff you accept in the world, and you're like, it contradicts what you say you believe.
Yeah.
So when you bring up, like, I see this so much with Muslims, like, you bring up like just stuff you go through in life and like basic like reality, that everybody goes through, and they can't see how it matches. Like, so you do this, you're saying this, but then when you connect that to Islam, it doesn't make sense, right? And then they're like, no, that's not the same thing. Wait, it's exactly the same. Like, you can't correlate those things together.
Like, give an example.
Man, I can't right now. Okay. But actually, I can. Let's go to the videos I sent.
Okay.
Like, because this was...
Which one?
I mean, they're all from the same... I think the last, like, 3 I sent you. They're all from a debate with God Logic and this...
How long are they?
The scholar. It's not long. From God Logic and a scholar, Islamic scholar. I don't know his name. Dr. Nasir, I think, or something.
Dr. Nasir concedes the debate. He admits Jesus is not a Muslim.
Yeah.
That one?
So you can go to the first one I sent you.
Is that not the first one?
I don't know. I sent you 3, so whatever the first.
I think that's the first one. Okay. Yeah. I just want to point out, Moon, that the article that I was reading said that $750,000 is a micro budget.
I'm sure. I'm just comparing it to our budget.
Yeah, exactly. The film that we just did.
Where we almost didn't get fed.
Yeah. Bro. But I'll be honest with you, because when I was talking to some of the actors on that film, they were telling me this. They've done A24 films. They've done like big TV shows where they didn't get fed nothing. So,
wow. Yeah.
So it's not always glitz and glamour.
Now I was talking about us though,
Yeah, but I'm saying
we know the struggle,
right? But I'm saying, like, I watched Dave go above and beyond to make sure they had breakfast, lunch, and dinner at every shoot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, all right, here we go. Oh, let me bring the sound up. Oh, this is stupid, man.
TikTok.
Oh, so don't distance yourself from it. You said you do the same. I want to ask you then. So you affirm that in Matthew 21, when Jesus calls himself,
can I set this up real quick?
Okay.
Because
no worries. So
if you don't know what's going on, so this is a debate about, is Jesus a Muslim?
Okay, and which is something that
I've been seeing a lot of.
God Logic always gets them with this,
right? So
because Muslims believe, well, one of their arguments is that Jesus was a Muslim,
right?
Because he prostrated himself, and their arguments are
they
very,
say because Islam means
to submit to God, and he was submitted to God.
Well, Islam only means to submit.
To submit.
That's
right,
another thing we got.
Right.
Doesn't mean to submit to God. It just means to submit.
Right.
But then they to God, right? But so this is what's going on here, and I think the main thing that they got stuck on was Father.
Okay.
Because he's trying to say, and that's why I have to like kind of explain this. He was trying to say that it's okay in past times to call God Father, but because it was neglected and used badly by Christians, Islam came to throw that out.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Don't call God.
So that was the revelation that Muhammad got.
Yeah. Don't call God Father.
He's not Father anymore.
Yeah.
That was in the past.
Islam doesn't say that.
Right.
It just says God is not a father.
Right.
Now
they're trying to get this.
They have to connect the old to the new so that they can say the progression is there.
Because for those that don't know, God Logic is like one of the biggest apologists that has been debating Muslims and beating them, making them look bad, making them quit. Like he had a recent one that went mega viral where this guy is just spiraling. He's one of the main like Dawa guys that has been on the internet for a while, building up a huge following. And God Logic went on a live stream with him and totally embarrassed him. And he's been spiraling ever since. God Logic's channel has been blowing up ever since. So now he's debating. And this is one of the main talking points is that Jesus is a Muslim, but he always tries to get them on the father thing with his debate tactic. So now I've never heard this angle where it's like, you couldn't use it before, but now, you could use it before, but now you can't.
But
okay.
now you can't.
All right. So let's play it.
I mean, you said you do the same. I want to ask you then. So you affirm that in Matthew 21, when Jesus calls himself the Son of God, distinct from the prophets and distinct from Israel, the one who inherits what God owns and the heir of God, you're saying that he's a good Muslim prophet saying that?
May I respond?
Can I
Yes, please.
pause it real quick? Matthew 21, just so we know, because it just sucks. Because some people, what's in Matthew 21? Yeah. Well, it's the parable of the owner of the vineyard, right? You know, the parable of the owner of the vineyard, where the servants have it, right? The servants, then they don't want to turn it over to the ones who he sends, right? Which is connected to the prophets, right? They kill the ones who he sends to receive back his vineyard, and then he sends his son, and they kill him. So this is what he's showing in this proverb, in this parable. Thank you. He's Jesus is showing the progression, and he's showing the whole story, right? So he's going through this and trying to show, like, see how there's a son he sends, right? Yeah, and it's just so. Dude, it's so hilarious the way they twist these things. Yeah. And you know it's just demonic. Like the fact I've heard so many like of these guys, they're so good at he wasn't good, but there's so many that are good at it.
It's very weaselly.
Yeah. And it's so demonic.
Yeah.
Like, but anyway.
So yes. Let me clarify. I am not saying that I agree with everything being said in the Bible. I already said this. I already made this clear. My initial position is that I'm not affirming everything. You're affirming it. So I'm trying to argue from your position. If you believe in this passage and you're saying clearly, it's so obvious, anybody with half a brain is going to figure out that he's clearly the Son of God, I'm pointing out to you that the people at the time who spoke that language and knew that culture and were listening to his words, if you're going to call him the Logos, maybe he knows how to talk, right? Maybe he knows how to communicate. And if they all came to the wrong conclusion, then that's kind of a problem. So if that story actually took place, and if those people made that conclusion, then I can understand why they would conclude he's a prophet. But am I asserting that everything in these gospels are 100% true? No, but I'm saying that generally speaking, when you look at scholarship, as they have, the earlier you go in terms of the Bible passages, you find that the Christology is very low. And as you get further and further away from Jesus, the Christology gets higher and higher. So what you have are scholars concluding that Jesus was a Jewish messianic preacher, apocalyptic preacher. And so therefore, that is in line with Islam. Does that mean I affirm everything in the Bible?
Brother, you're going way off of what I asked you. Thank you. So
no, I don't affirm the Bible. I don't affirm the Bible. But if I were to accept that passage, then I would say he's a prophet, because they did too.
I got you. So my question wasn't whether or not you accept him as a prophet. That's good. I already know you do that. That wasn't my question. My question was based on what you said, that based on the parable, them concluding that Jesus is a prophet, and you would too. That's what you said. I also conclude that he's a prophet based off of this. So my question is this. Can Jesus be a Muslim? Would a good Muslim prophet give a parable where he claims to be the Son of God, distinct from the prophets and distinct from the nation of Israel, as the heir of God and the one who inherits what God owns? Is that a Muslim prophet?
No, definitely not.
Thank you. You just affirmed Jesus is not a Muslim in the Bible.
No, so yeah, exactly.
So don't.
No.
But but then they'll go to the argument, but the Bible's been corrupted.
Right. Yeah.
And then I always hear this.
Well, you just heard
when
him say that.
Yeah,
Like,
he was kind of alluding
Yeah.
to that. Like, if I don't believe the Bible is true,
Yeah.
but if it was true,
Right.
yeah. Because then they go through that. But then he has to walk them through how the Quran shows that the Injil, they point to the Injil and say that you have to trust the people of these books.
oh yeah. Well, that's the Islamic dilemma.
Yeah. He walks them through that all the time.
But they didn't. They were. This was a whole.
Yeah.
This was just about. They didn't even get to the Quran,
Yeah.
but there were little parts. But this thing, man, was crazy because they don't. I don't think they show it in here. But when he says, he's the inheritor, right? The son is the inheritor, and then there's a part where it says that Allah inherits creation, right? That's one of his names.
yeah.
And he's like, so then he was like, but you guys got that. But the funny thing is, like, how, and then the guy's like, well, how, because he doesn't mean the same thing. It's not that, it doesn't mean that, right? How could Allah be an inheritor? Well, it says it in your Bible, right? How could God, so you're telling me that Jesus gave away everything. How could he gave it away, but then he got it back? See what I mean? Like, they don't, like, but wait, Allah is an inheritor, so how does that work?
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't understand that Jesus is lowering himself. He's submitting to the Father.
Right.
He's doing something in a different way.
Right.
Right? And in order to save humanity, right? Bring humanity back to the way God created him and intended them to be from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why he becomes the inheritor of all this, of the nations, right? Of creation, because whoever inherits, and this is the thing that's funny, and why people like it's crazy because we get so caught up in these things. But what would be the point? What would be the point of him being an inheritor? Because he's the only one who's able to do it.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's responsible enough to do it, right?
Yeah.
That's why he died for us. He's the only one that could,
Yeah.
right? He's the only one who was able, right?
The only one without spot nor wrinkle.
And they miss that. Like so many people, they miss that because you get caught up in well, Jesus. How could Jesus be God?
Yeah.
You get caught up in these things, not understanding like there's a reason for all this, right? It's not connected. He didn't have to become a man, but he did it for us, right? He did it. It's love, right? It's love in action, and you see it, and that's what makes it so beautiful.
Shout out to our cousin Eric, man. He said, "Yo,
What up, Eric?
What's up, Eric?
you
Anyway,
want me to
let's
play
keep
this
going.
next one?"
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a Muslim. Muhammad conversation.
Smart move.
Prove he's a Muslim.
Because he submitted himself to one God as a prophet.
Which God? Muhammad conversation.
Smart move.
Prove he's a Muslim.
Because he submitted himself to one God as a prophet,
Which God?
the creator of the universe.
Who did he say that was?
I believe the term he used was it Adonai?
No, he didn't use that.
What's the term they used in the Bible?
He used Abba.
No, not always.
Did he use Abba?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord thy God is one God. How do you say it?
Well, hold on a second. Did he use the term Abba?
Yes, and we already.
What does Abba mean?
It means father.
Is that a good Muslim?
Like I said, are you serious? Are we circling back?
Stop
to this?
stalling.
You're really good at this, huh?
I am.
Let me explain to you. He was an Israelite, speaking to Israelites, and Jews today use the term father to not.
Are they Muslim?
No, they're Jews. And they're speaking in context. It's a rap. It's a rap, huh?
Yes.
Do you believe that your God is a rock?
rock.
Is he a rock?
Yes.
He is a rock?
Yes.
You worship a rock. There you go.
Yes.
Look at how childish this is.
Foundation, man.
You
Yo, he's so bad.
really.
Now, hold on. I want
conversation.
to tell you the backstory because he's saying is he a rock? Because he was like, I mean, the Bible says he's a rock, but we don't say in Islam that God is a rock, right? And then God Locke's like, well, yeah, we do.
Yeah,
He's our rock.
Yeah.
Our sure foundation,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but we wouldn't say that. But we can understand your position, but we wouldn't say that. And it's like, dude, that doesn't make sense,
make any
right?
sense,
He's like,
right.
well, what if I said that Jesus was gay? Or Jesus' name was gay or something like that. I don't know if he said it. Yeah, I think he said Jesus is gay. So in what sense is Jesus gay?
What does
What?
that have to
What?
do?
Exactly. Like, how does that make sense,
Yeah.
right? It's not, he's trying to make a correlation
Yeah.
that made no sense.
Yeah.
He's trying to prove himself now. He's losing, and he's made look the
Yeah.
fool, and
Yeah.
now he's trying to do whatever to get back.
Right. And that's the problem, dude. It just becomes nonsensical.
That was
because you're
hilarious,
just trying to win.
Was.
But when you're trying to prove, and this shows it so clearly, and you can't understand the full picture, you're so caught in something
Yeah.
that you just talk yourself right out of it. Like he literally said, they were Jews, so they
Yeah.
thought this way.
Yeah.
And then he said, were
So
they
he's not
Muslims?
Muslim.
No,
Yeah.
because they were Jews.
Yeah.
No, he literally said, "You're good at this, huh?" Yeah.
And he said, I am. He said, I am. Yeah. That's crazy. All right, let's watch this. Check this one out.
Jesus says that you are the loved ones of your Father. Just like he takes care of the birds, just like he dresses the lilies, how much more are you worth to him than these? Jesus says that those of us who are believers, those of us who are in the kingdom, we are beloved of God. This is another contrary thing with Muslim theology and Christ's theology. It's completely opposite. That's number one. Number two.
What, he's going to pack on?
You said,
Let him go,
remember, I said two things.
It's adding to the point.
Sure. Number two, you said that that this term of father and these other terms are basically removed because people misused them. They attributed them to false things, false worship.
You hear
and
that?
So that's why.
Yeah.
So that's
Allah
why
took
they-
the initiative.
That's what he's saying about father.
Yeah.
Like
they
were
misused it. Yeah.
'cause
So it was removed by
which is
Islam.
so stupid because think about why would you remove something and this is why it's so bad where you can't understand stuff from like just basic life in terms of like number one, family,
Yeah.
husband and wife,
Right.
family, right?
Right.
And just build out from there. Like if you think about husband, why is that name relevant and matter, right? Because it's how you relate to your wife, right? Think about father. It's how you relate to your kids, right? Why would you take away that?
Yeah.
If you take that name away from the man of the house that's in the house with their kids, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how that like shifts everything?
What do you mean? New York just took away the word mother.
Yeah.
Did they?
What do you mean?
Yeah, we talked. You weren't. He
don't
wasn't
think
here.
I was
It's
here.
it's now a gestating parent.
Gestating
parent.
Gestating parent. Yeah.
Oh, because
in legal documents.
because the trans people have a
Yeah.
problem with it. Is that
Right,
what it?
right. So
okay.
they passed the bill that in all legal documents, especially in like,
Oh my God.
family courts,
Yeah.
that they will no longer use the term mother and father. It will be gestating and non-gestating.
But okay, so
Parents.
there you go. So that's a show, and this is why Islam is what? Political, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to make it law, right? But it's interesting because it's opposite with when we believe in God. We don't got to make things law. It becomes our nature,
Yeah.
right? And it becomes
well, it is nature.
It is
Yeah,
nature, but I'm
yeah.
saying it becomes how we see things for what they actually are and how
Right.
they were actually meant to be. And that's why things thrive and blossom and grow, right? In that way. Versus like us trying to make something happen, right? You make it a law and then you pervert it. You take away something, right? Because your feelings are hurt, right? Because you're bitter. Because what he's saying is God got bitter. You're misusing father.
Yeah.
So now I'm mad.
Now I'm gonna-
taking it away.
I'm
No
gonna
more
tell
father.
Mom. yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all God. Dang, your God is very emotional.
Yeah, right.
You know, and that's what we're seeing with these laws, like in New York. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you're so bitter and annoyed. And that hurts me to be called to
Yeah.
hear the word mother.
Right.
I'm offended by that.
It's non-inclusive language.
It's crazy.
To remove these terminologies from the theology, basically, correct? To correct them, right? Okay. So now this is where I think that you messed up here as well, because in chapter 5, it's a reminder. I think it's verse number 73 or 72, if I'm not mistaken. Are you familiar with who it says the Christians say Allah is?
You have to remind me.
It says that the Christians, it doesn't say Christians specifically, but it says those who say that the Messiah is Allah. So they were referring to the Messiah as Allah. Is that an incorrect or correct way to use the term Allah?
To call Allah
To call the Messiah
Obviously
Allah.
no, we don't call
So
it
then
Messiah.
why do you still use the term Allah if it was being misused by the Christians or the people calling the Messiah Allah?
This is why I should have responded to the first point. What was the first point? Are you
No,
serious?
I'm dead serious.
He's
You don't have a
regretting it.
response right now. You're stalling. Can you respond to what I just said?
Why is it the case?
I'll repeat it. Why do you use the term Allah today when it was being misused by those who were calling the Messiah Allah? When your point was that Allah deleted the term father and deleted
was
all these
being
other terms from the
misused.
theology because people attributed these things to false idols, false gods, corrupt theology, Roman Greek theology and mythology. So he removed this stuff because it was misused.
So you have to remove the word God?
So why didn't he remove the term Allah when it was being misused by those who were saying that the Messiah is Allah?
So what is the solution here?
The teaching of Jesus.
Like, dude, he just was lost.
He stutters and
Yeah.
What makes him great at it is, like, when I listen to him, I always think of the scripture, to the measure that you measure, it'll be measured
Yeah,
back to you.
yeah.
And I really believe, like, God is using him as a measure.
Yeah.
Like, to mirror back to
He
them.
holds a mirror up to
He
them.
holds a mirror. Yeah. So he shows them, like, yo, your weights are off.
Yeah.
Your balances,
Yeah.
are off. You're not seeing it right. And you gotta hold that mirror up, and then and there's so many Muslims, because he's not doing it for them.
Yeah.
I mean, for him, he's doing it for the Muslims that are, like, they want to know the truth.
Yeah.
They want they
And
want
they're
to
being misled by these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a heart to really follow the truth. They want to know who God is. They believe it's Allah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see a lot of people come to Jesus because of him.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys, I don't know if you saw, but a lot of these guys are getting emails.
Yeah.
These Dawa guys,
Yeah.
they're getting emails
Yeah.
saying, I don't have any faith
Yeah.
in Muhammad anymore.
I saw it. Yeah. They were in his chat doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They were in his
Yeah.
in the dude's chat telling him, like, I've lost my faith in Islam.
Yeah, because it's so blatantly obvious when they're trying to argue this stuff that it's like, yo, you're not even...
Yeah.
You're just trying to win. Like what we talked about earlier. You're just trying to win.
Yeah.
You don't really care about the truth. And when it becomes so blatantly obvious, people who just want to win, you see. Like, you know what I mean?
you
Like
see.
when it's bad fans, fans that they like, this is a thing about, like, Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Like, it's a joke with the Arsenal because they just won the Premier
Yeah,
League
yeah,
after
yeah.
like 20 some years.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. So, but they, like, there was jokes because a lot of these Arsenal guys were saying, like, man, I think, like, this is the best team. This is probably the best team of all history. Like, I think this is, if we really look at this team,
Yeah.
and they were saying, like they were talking about some of the players, like, I think this is the best midfielder probably of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you look at, like,
Yeah.
and then everybody else is like, nah, bro,
Come on,
like,
bro.
it's not.
Yeah, yeah.
But because you're so skewed in how you're viewing things,
Yeah.
right? And you can't really see.
Yeah.
And this is why it's dangerous to be such a fan that you just want to win.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, by any means necessary. Versus, like, do you have standards? Like, do you want them? I want to. Why do I watch Barcelona? Because I like the way they play, right? And I like the fact that there was a time where they started trying to go out and buy all these players, and their president, like, put them in debt from trying to do all this stupid stuff, that backfired on them. Went bankrupt, and then they had to go back to using their kids from La Masia, like the kid up and coming, and then they got good again.
Yeah.
They couldn't buy players, but they started winning with all these kids, right? So so it's not the point that you just got to go buy superstars, right? That doesn't have to be the point. And there are teams that do that, like Real Madrid. More power to them. But my point is that like you can win and have some kind of standards.
See that shot he just threw in real quick?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
You can do that if you want to be a terrible,
More
horrible.
kudos to you.
but I'm
Kudos
saying,
to you.
how am I looking at it? I'm looking at it from what I see how I see truth, right?
Yeah.
If you focus on the glitz and the glamour, you're gonna think, oh, we just need this, we just need that. If we only had this, then we'd be good, right?
Yeah.
That's so defeated.
Yep.
That's so defeatist. But if you're like, no, whatever we got, we can let's win with it. I love that mentality, right? Because that points more back to God.
Yeah.
That's like the other way is like it's more lack.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we didn't do this because of this. We had this, we would have did it, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why. But if you think in that way, you start to, and then you think like when you're winning, and I see this with kids, you're winning, but is that winning gonna last? Are you winning in life?
Yeah.
Are you actually being an example for others to show them how to actually do something? You know what I'm saying? Like versus like, no, let's win by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Let's no matter, and then you become prideful, and now you're becoming spiteful because you're prideful and you didn't win. You know what I mean? And now you're trying to do all these little stupid things to people. Like Deflate Gate, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like Spygate. Yeah. And what happens?
It's all New England.
Yeah.
But what is
Brady.
Doesn't that tarnish your reputation?
Kind of, but people don't really care.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Some people do.
Some people do.
It doesn't make it.
They stole one from
the Eagles.
Dawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't make it as, to me, it doesn't make it as good. Like,
Yeah.
but
That's why it was so special to me. The first Super Bowl that the Eagles won, it was like
against the Patriots,
backup quarterback
Yeah.
and a third string tight end that used to be a quarterback. The what you call it, Philly special.
Yeah.
That felt magical
that what?
Even
Why though?
because it was just a
Revenge.
team that believed. There was definitely something. I felt it even when
Yeah.
when
It was a
went down-
unity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were never meant to, they weren't supposed to go to the Super Bowl that year. They were the underdogs the entire time. No one believed in them. They were counted out throughout the entire playoffs. Carson Wentz goes down. He gets hurt. You got a freaking backup that was off the team, came back to the team. He's like no one believes in this guy. And
Played the best
Yeah.
5-6 games of
Yeah.
his life.
Yep.
Yeah. Versus like,
The dynasty.
Where
It was
do
David
you understand?
versus Goliath.
Do you understand who we are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
We're the Patriots.
we're-
I'm Tom
yeah.
Brady. Yeah.
And that's where it's like, to me, it's like, we're Islam.
Yeah.
We're Muslim. Like, do you understand?
I got something for you, man. Like, you might as well bring Cheney and debate him on the podcast.
Nah.
That would not
I
work.
would not want to do that.
just-
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I don't even think he would have anything to debate with.
Nah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't be fair. Yeah.
Shout out to Eric again. He said, "Good stuff, brothers." And Uncle Denny has a question. He said, "I recently was reading something that said we should only use the word father in reference to God, not to use it for the male dad or the family. Thoughts?" Never heard of that.
I never heard of that.
I mean, is it in reference to the Bible? Because I know there's in Matthew 20, I think it's 23, where Jesus is coming against the Pharisees, and he says, "Call no man father."
Yeah.
But he's really in reference of how they had perverted that, right?
Yeah.
Again, how they,
Yeah.
and then you see that too, like my spiritual father, like
Yeah.
it becomes
Yeah.
perverted today. Like we
Yeah.
have a lot of the charismatic church where it's just my spiritual father, and and Papa, like
How about
Oh, yeah.
the Catholic Church?
yeah,
Every
true.
priest is called
Hey,
Father.
hey, that's true. Yeah, yeah. So it becomes it becomes perverted, right?
Yeah.
and it loses.
I
its
was gonna
meaning.
say something, but I was gonna joke, but no.
But then it's like, and we're hearing this. Do you just do away with stuff? No,
No.
Right.
You define it for what it
according
is.
to the Muslim dude, that's what you do.
Well, that's what
Right.
Allah.
That's what. Yeah,
Allah.
that's my point.
So
Like,
they shouldn't say Allah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but and then Islam can point to stuff like that, right? And they can have a point.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if we're not like, we can agree, like, yeah, people misuse stuff. It doesn't make it wrong. Like, it doesn't make it wrong. If you do away with something, then you do away with the definition.
Yeah.
You can't. The best way to define something is to embody it, right? Like, it's to live it out. So how can you do away with, if you don't, like, think about it. If we don't have families, right? If we get to the point where, which you see in certain cultures, like, fathers don't live with, they're not really fathers, right?
Yeah.
Can't really call them fathers. They're just, that's just my sperm donor.
Yep.
You know, women are calling themselves, I'm the dad and the mom,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, and then it becomes perverted. Like, well, you're redefining dad. You're redefining father. And then we're starting to see
Non-gestating parent.
that's a whole other thing. But we're starting to see, especially in the black culture, and I would say in the urban culture, the effects of that,
Yeah.
right? How that has destroyed, and people are starting to realize that now, right? Mothers trying to be the dad and the mom is doing a huge disservice to men that are then growing up and don't know how to be men
Yeah.
at all, right? So they don't know because their moms are inserting what they think a man is,
Yeah.
but they can't be a man because they are not a man, right? They don't have that role. It's not in them, right?
Yeah.
So again, how do you see it? You need a father, and not just around in the house. Because what does a father do? Right? Moan, you dealt with it. Your son was living with his mom for a little bit, and you demanded for him to come back with you. Man, that changed everything in his life.
Yeah.
Like he had more discipline for his life because fathers hold accountable.
Yeah.
Especially their sons. Fathers will see, like, yo, dude, you're not gonna get away with that.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna let them get away with this stuff, right? That's what fathers do, and that's, you define it, right? But again, when you don't have that, you leave room for what happens in these neighborhoods when there's no fathers. Oh, the men on the streets raise these kids.
So would you say Muslims don't use the word father? They don't refer to Allah as father. So would you say that they don't have fathers?
I would say
A father, a heavenly father?
they don't have a heavenly father.
Nah, they don't even see God
No.
in
Yeah.
that way. Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
They
So
don't
it's
have
like
a
as you're
heavenly
talking, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
They don't even. There's not a relationship with God.
Yeah, it's not
like-
a.
It's just a submission to
Yeah.
the what do they call it, the hadith or whatever. It's just submitting to whatever the routine is and the rules and the
Yeah.
the
It's laws.
the Sharia.
It's just
yeah.
laws.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is why, like, if you think about it, like, people who are in fear, and not in the fear of God, are overly protective of their kids and overly critical. And when things happen in their kids' lives and they do things, they react, they overreact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Parents do.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to, I'm not saying
They-
Muslims, I'm saying anybody
Yeah.
who's
And they mostly overreact out of frustration, embarrassment, something like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
And we see this a lot in
Right.
Islam.
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah. Shame the family. Yeah.
But it's because of the fear of living up to that standard that you held, and if it's a false standard, what happens?
It's almost like fear of everyone seeing that you didn't live up to that standard. So now I have to. Now I gotta kill my own child,
right? Because
to show everyone how serious of a Muslim I am.
What's the honor thing? I have to bring honor back.
Yeah,
because you brought shame upon.
Yeah.
They literally you brought shame upon the family.
Right.
So I have to restore honor.
Yeah.
The crazy thing for us is we know, like, I know my kids are gonna do some stupid stuff sometimes, right? I'm gonna raise them up in such a way where they're not gonna do crazy stupid stuff. But at the end of the day, I can't make them do any. Like,
and it's not about them shaming me. It's about trying to stop them from doing things that will ruin themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And what they do is on them.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna love them through it, right? But I said this earlier to you guys. Like, either you deal with the embarrassment now, or you gonna really deal with the embarrassment later.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, your kids, like, and I think mothers care more about that than fathers do.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I will be embarrassed. I won't be embarrassed, but I'm saying, like, I'll deal with an embarrassing situation in front of a bunch of people, because I love my kids versus not wanting to be embarrassed. You know, and I think fathers will do that more than like a lot of times mothers will just, I don't want to say nothing because then that's gonna happen, and you know, I don't want to deal with that. Like, but we got to deal with this.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I gotta get through some of these topics. We're like 10 o'clock, an hour and a half.
We still got
in.
more.
We didn't get through anything. What do you mean more?
We've had some good conversation though.
I just want to we're gonna quickly get through some of this stuff just because I still gotta think about the clips that I'm gonna make later. You feel me? Like, so the first thing I want to get through is we got to talk about the announcement of the Iran deal today. Did you guys hear about this?
I did.
He announced it actually yesterday, his 80th birthday. They had negotiations again. I mean, it's been back and forth. We've been hearing about these deals, that the deals don't happen in a deal. And so he truthed out that the deal with the Islamic Republic of Iran is now complete. Congratulations to all. Hereby fully authorized the toll-free opening the Strait of Hormuz and simultaneously here with authorized the immediate removal of the United States naval blockade. Ships of the world, start your engines. Let the oil flow. President Donald J. Trump. And, you know, of course, there was a ton of news stories about this today. All the news outlets
Gas went down.
Gas went down. They're
Keep
saying
it coming
that
down.
the deal is going to be about it blocks Iran from pursuing nuclear weapons, immediately opens the Strait of Hormuz, lifts U.S. naval blockade, opens up huge investments for the region, and among other things. Now, they did start, this rumor started going around that in the deal there was supposed to be $300 billion going to Iran in this deal, which people were saying, like, Obama only gave him $1 billion and Trump saying it was a terrible deal, and they're giving him $300 billion. Trump lost. This is a failure. Blah blah blah. Even my daughter's history teacher was in class telling them in class today that Trump is giving Iran $300 billion. And when she told me about that, I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, if there's anything that has to do with some kind of money in the deal, it's probably has to do with some infrastructure that they can get access to if they agree upon the deal. And then lo and behold, I sent her this clip because JD Vance was literally on the news saying exactly what I said. And this is the clip here.
Walk through some of this. The Iranians are saying that they're going to have access to a $300 billion reconstruction fund. True or false?
Well, Ed, that's the sort of thing they could have access to, funded by the Gulf Coast Coalition, so long as they honor their end of the obligation. I think that one of the things you're going to see, Ed, and people have
again, funded by the Gulf Coast Coalition. These are all the people in the region that want to open the strait. They want the OPEC is taking this huge hit right now.
Yeah.
And of course, Iran is going to send out the message that they're getting. This is what we're getting from the United States. They're giving us everything we want. They have to make it seem like they're strong.
They got everything we talking
Yeah.
about, right? You got to restore honor, right?
Because they just got annihilated.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not in a position to really negotiate. So, but yeah, Vance is straightening it up.
So long as they honor their end of the obligation. I think that one of the things you're going to see, Ed, and people have to be skeptical of this, is that the hardliners in the Iranian system will overemphasize the benefits that Iran gets while underemphasizing all the things that they have to concede and all the things they have to provide in order to get these benefits. So we absolutely are open to the Gulf Coast countries investing in the reconstruction of Iran, but only if Iran ends their nuclear program, ends their enriched stockpile of material, and is really open to an inspections and enforcement regime that gives the American people confidence they're never going to have a nuclear weapon. So I think the dance you're going to see, Ed, which is going to be interesting, is the Iranian media, especially the hardline media, they're going to talk a lot about what they get without talking about what they give. It's important for all of us to correct that record.
Yeah, and they're talking about
There you go.
giving them access to the global market again. If they Trump is trying to create a situation where if they abide by some certain rules, they can be a part of the world economy. They could be a part of everything that we got going on.
You just got to act right.
Yeah, you got to act right. You can't be out here wilding.
And the biggest thing is, man, there's lives, right?
Yeah.
That nobody wants to be killing people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I think people got to understand that. Like, that's the difference, I think, between like this president and a lot of presidents in the past, like going to war, Iraq, like they just looking for an excuse.
Yeah.
But I think with this,
Or looking to appease their donors and the people in their pockets or the people that they are obligated to appease, you know,
yeah,
the
but
war machine.
with this, it's more like, I mean, I wish they could like be free from
Yeah.
the Ayatollah completely, you know, but
Yeah.
which it kind of sucks.
Yeah. You want to see the people be liberated there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be able to take,
They have to do that though, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but we'll see how things.
I mean, I
But,
will tell you, you're talking about like, you know, presidents in the past and people accusing Trump of being controlled by Israel. There was a little bit of tension there because I don't know if you heard that, like right before he announced the deal, Bibi had struck Beirut and like almost messed up the deal because that was part of the deal. It was like no attacks on Lebanon, and like he launched these attacks on Beirut he wasn't supposed to, and Trump kind of went off on him. Here's a little story on that, if you could pull this up, Chang.
I spoke with President Trump today. He says he expects the deal with Iran to be signed in a matter of hours. We should be measured here, understanding it would not be the first time the Iranians backed away from the table at the last minute. As this is taking place, there is an X factor, Kevin, and that is what the Iranians will do in response to Israeli strikes against the Lebanese capital of Beirut earlier today in response to drone fire into their country over the weekend. President Trump tells Fox News that he asked Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, "What the F are you doing?" And that came after those Israeli strikes targeted the Dakhia neighborhood of southern Beirut, and the Iranians threatened to fire missiles on Israel tonight. President Trump also tells Fox News he will ask Iran to hold their fire so this agreement can move forward. This is all taking place as international focus remains on the Strait of Hormuz. The president says if the agreement is signed, he will order the naval blockade of Iranian ports to be immediately lifted if the Iranians uphold their end of the agreement.
Yeah, so we know the rest of that. But yeah, so basically there's been this, and this has been like when he launched those missiles before, you know, the aides came out and said that Trump got on the phone with him and was like, you know, what the F are you doing, basically? And he's saying that again. And now he's telling, the aides were on Fox saying that he said he has no effing judgment. Like, so there's this tension going on with like what Bibi Netanyahu is doing, what Trump is trying to get done. And it seems like they're not on the same page.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you know, what that's going to amount to, but I know that.
Man, I think one thing with Trump is I think he might go down as one of the greatest negotiators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge strength, you know. And something that a lot of us don't understand is so important in this, like, because to be a negotiator is, you gotta somebody's got to let down their pride, and
Yeah.
you know, there's got to be acceptance. You know what I mean? That's
And everyone has to feel like they came out winning something.
yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can miss this. Like, what is the purpose? Because a lot of times I think people don't understand. Well, what's the purpose of Trump? Mm-hmm. Like, what would be his purpose? Why is he the president for this time?
Yeah.
Imagine if we had somebody else.
Bro.
It might be a whole different story at this moment. You know,
I absolutely would. There would a lot of this stuff would not be going on. Like we would be in such a different place right now.
Yeah, and I don't think people. It's so easy to point the finger.
Yeah.
But I don't think people understand like what is averted sometimes and what is stopped.
Yeah.
And because it didn't happen, or you're seeing what's happening and you're thinking it's way worse than it actually could be.
Yeah.
Or you're thinking it's way worse. Yeah, you're thinking it's way worse than it actually could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And granted, like, he's gonna be weak in areas. You know, there's nobody here that's got it all together. But I think one of his biggest strengths is that he's a great negotiator. I think that should be studied with him.
Yeah.
Like, how is he able? He's gotten more people into the White House and talked to more people than I think any other president in like a practical and like actual helpful, or I'm trying to think of the right word, like a way where it makes sense and it's actually working.
Yeah.
You know, versus like politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that, and that's a good point actually. Like, I've seen numerous times where he brought the opposing side right to his desk, like the Mom Donnie thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember, Bush or anybody else doing anything like that.
Remember when he televised having Chuck and Nancy in his office talking to them about like what they were trying to get done with the deals? Like, he showed people.
Or Zelensky.
Yeah, Zelensky.
Like,
Yeah, all that.
Because he wants to do a deal.
Right.
I wonder what's going on with Israel though. Like, what is he trying to? Because it seems like he's trying to get them to cooperate with what he's trying to get done, but the BB is like got his own agenda.
Yeah, I think he has his own agenda, and he's probably doing what he thinks is best for Israel.
Right.
But again, like, is it?
I mean, you kind of he kind of got us involved in this, and then when we're trying to work out the situation and keep them from getting nuclear weapons, you're like undermining the deal multiple times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's weird.
So where does it go if he keeps on doing that?
I mean, it's just gonna keep prolonging. It's gonna keep this back and forth. Like, we had a couple chances to have a deal before, and it got messed up. So,
And again, I think if you look at Israel as a whole, if he continues this way, I think people in Israel are going to be like,
what is happening?
you know, like, it just like people would say Trump is not the USA,
Yeah.
Bibi is not Israel.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And he might, I think he's done some good stuff for them, but he's probably done a whole lot of bad stuff too, you know? And we got to look at it that way, you know?
That's what I say all the time. You can't judge. That's what I tell these young kids. You can't judge, a nation by what its leaders are doing. The same thing, with Israel, because there is a feeling of Israel, and they say, BB got Trump by the balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't other people.
Yeah.
That's what happened. You can't say Israel, like, because who likes when people say the United States?
Yeah.
Like it's all of us. No.
Yeah, right.
But you can say, yo, our government be doing some stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
And we need to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
You just remind me of something. It's a little bit lighter. Have you seen all these videos of the U.S.?
That's one of the topics I wanted to
the
get to
Europeans
today.
coming and they're like surprised on.
Yeah.
They're
they're loving it.
this country.
Can we go to some of that?
Yeah, we can go to some of that. Yeah.
From the fast food to like, you know, the hiking part.
Yeah, to all the different landscapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be one of the topics that I hit today, was the fact that like the World Cup has brought all these people from around the world to this country to experience it for the first time. And a lot of them have this preconceived notion from what they've seen in the news, what they think of because of Trump or because of like the narratives that are being spun out there from movies or TVs, that they get here and they're like, this place is amazing. And now they're like, mine is being blown. And a lot of these people are going viral. One of them is that guy. I don't know if you've seen Freddy, the German guy, Freddy. He's like one of the main ones going viral because he's been.
I don't think I've seen him.
The dude that looks hipster a little bit.
Yeah, he's been traveling through the South, like through like Atlanta, through Georgia, and now to Louisiana. And he's just like amazed at how beautiful America is. And he's been documenting his whole trip and like going to fast food places. But yeah, let's show this video real quick, Mo.
His neighborhoods look exactly the same as every movie you've ever seen. The American flags, people have got race flags up. This old couple just walked past me and they go, "Good morning." I was like, what the hell? Did you guys talk to each other here?
Like, this is a high school stadium. What? Look at the amount of seats in this place. Do they actually fill these stadiums? Like, do people actually come for the games that actually fill these out? Because that's honestly mental. Like, that is crazy. There is a ton of seats in here. If this was England, it would literally be like on a little park field with dog shit everywhere.
Guys, I'm nervous right now because we had Chipotle in Australia. I swear to God, I would be there every single day. It is so good.
Guys, Guzman needs to take notes.
Like,
Mad Max needs to take notes.
like what is in this? Crack. Actually crack.
It's just incredible.
I'm trying Chipotle for the first time.
Take
notes. There really is, like no other. I honestly think unless you live in America, or unless you visit here, you can't really comprehend how nice these areas are.
About to have my Alfredo fettuccine. Holy fuck! What? That's the best pasta I've ever eaten in my life. WTF? That's the best pasta I've ever had. I love it.
I mean, we have to say we've been to the UK and the food was not anything to right. The best food that we had was food from other cultures. Like, they're not known to have like good food, good cuisine. We haven't been to many parts of Europe, but like, you know, I guess the culture around food there is not the same. Maybe if you're like in Italy or Spain, you can get some good food. But yeah, seeing people like experience American food is interesting.
It's cool.
Holly. That was the best day of my life. Best restaurant ever.
Olive Garden.
Beige food goes straight.
Like, that's got that one, all of them. They're so beautiful. Everybody's so friendly. Southern hospitality. The air smells nice.
When you're in the UK, okay, if you're next to the beach, it smells. The beach doesn't smell here, right?
No, everything's beautiful.
I can refill this 1,000 times.
Yeah, but you won't drink 1,000 cups.
Oh yeah, they don't have refills.
He said I can refill this 1,000 times.
That's him finding out you can get free refills at the restaurant. He said, but you can't drink 1,000.
Refill this 1,000 times.
Yeah, but you won't drink 1,000 cups.
You don't know me.
He said, you don't know me.
You paid for it. You paid it.
Once.
Bro, slow down.
It's the best burger. Honestly, it's so good. And then I also got the animal style fries.
In and out.
And the diet lemonade for balance is pink. I just love it here. Like, and they get to fight human trafficking, which is awesome. They have Bible verses on the bottom of their cup. Never. If you can see. But yeah, look at that burger. It's so good. And then we've got the sunset. I love America. I can never leave. I cannot live without this food.
I've been back home in the UK. I haven't felt like myself, which sounds so crazy. I now live for that adventure, that crazy lifestyle, that meeting new people, seeing new people every day, and I just long for it. And in America, it is so amazing. Oh, seriously, Americans, what have you done to me? I need.
And there's so many, you know, this tweet went viral because this woman goes, why did no one tell me ranch sauce is like crack? Europe, we need ranch ASAP. Imagine never having ranch and having it for the first time. Like, this guy made a nice clip.
We must boycott the World Cup in the US. That's what millions of European football fans are saying right now. High ticket prices, no football culture, and of course the politics. And whilst not all of this is wrong, there are valid issues around this World Cup, but let's be real here for a second. All of the last World Cups, whether it was Qatar, Russia, or Brazil, all of them were controversial for different reasons. And we don't have to like everything about a host nation, but politics completely aside now. Over the past 12 months, I've been to Miami, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Chicago. And in all of these spots, the locals were more welcoming and way friendlier than in every European country I've seen. And I'm saying this as a proud European myself. And I heard people in the southern states are even nicer. I'll explore that very soon. But the point is, don't let all the negative news fool you. The actual people in the United States, they're some of the most wholesome on the planet, bro. Especially to us visitors. Much nicer than the Germans back home who whine and complain about everything. We've got people here in Europe who get seriously mad at you for going to the World Cup because they think it should be boycotted. Fair enough. But all the Germans who do decide to visit the US, they're loving life, impressed by the incredible nature, great cities,
Freddy
diverse
right
culture,
there.
and open-minded people. So this goes to all my fellow Europeans. You don't have to like the US. But please let your compatriots who do decide to explore North America enjoy their World Cup trip in peace.
That is so interesting that we were just talking about. Like, we literally segued into this because of what we were talking about with Israel and
yeah.
And it's so sad that people do that,
Yeah.
And I think it's a trick. I think it's a evil plot to turn people against each other, and
to dim the light of America is a light on the world.
Yeah.
That's what it's meant to be.
Yep.
Like it stands for freedom and hope and opportunity. That's why everybody comes here. But if you can dim that light and make everyone see it as an evil, you invert that. And
again, like what we were talking about earlier, like how can you, like you can say these things, but you have to embody it, right?
Yeah.
And what causes you not to embody it? Like what causes you not to embody a father? Man, my baby mom is this. Man, I'm so sick of this. I'm just gonna give up my father, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the trick right there. It's everything you do, you stop doing because you feel offended, because you feel like you're not appreciated. You know what I mean? But what are you doing it for? And that, I think only God can really teach us that.
Yeah.
Like for us to lay down our lives every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And humble ourselves because it's about others.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about ourselves. Why are we doing this? Because you can get upset and complain and, you know what I mean? Like, feel like, man, I'm getting taken advantage of. But why are you there?
Speaking of that, let's look at some reaction to all of this that can kind of be from the people that live here. Check this out.
I don't like how the Europeans are starting to make me more patriotic since they've been here. I don't like it. I do not like this. Every time I see a video of one of them trying our food or like experiencing a flyover at a game, I have to stop myself because it's like I want to be so proud, like, yes, this is America. But then, damn, this is America. They need to go back home because I don't like this.
That's got to be a joke.
I don't know, should I be proud to be an American or not? They're making me too patriotic and I don't like this.
I don't think it's a joke, bro. I
You don't
think
think that's a joke?
People are struggling with the fact that like you've been taught that this country is evil and to hate it, and like
last time I was here 2 weeks ago, we played a quick video of a guy walking his dog,
and he kicks American flag.
Yeah. That shows you the sentiment of not everybody, but some individuals. You know, and
it's not knowing what you have either.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
So then watching somebody else come and appreciate what you have, it's like a little kid who has a toy that they don't like no more, but then they see another kid playing with that toy and you want that
analogy,
toy.
bro.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, that's mine.
Yeah.
It's funny we're talking about this, but like you shared that blurry behind picture of me getting my naturalization thing. It's that's
bro. That's crazy that just came up. So that was how many? 16 years ago was it?
Yeah.
That just came up.
16. Noah was a baby because I brought him in his his little car thing.
And here we are about to hit 250 years. Man, they had the event at the White House last night.
I heard
talking about the flyovers, and how beautiful it was, and the sky freaking lit up with lightning because the storm was it was crazy.
And I'm proud to be an American.
And of course, the left is going crazy over it and trying to make it seem like the worst thing ever, and Trump's spectacle, just desecrating the White House. Meanwhile, they've been having LGBTQ events there for the last how long? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Showing boobies and things like that.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a black guy who he lives in the country and lives around mostly white people, and he was just saying he's like, man, being around a bunch of white people, I'm starting to like their. He was like, I'm like, white people don't got any culture.
Yeah.
And he was like, but then I'm realizing, wait, we don't got no culture.
Yeah.
What we call culture ain't really culture.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it's just a byproduct, right? It's not really the thing. It's just what you get. It's the after product. It's the byproduct.
Yeah.
It's the fruit, so to speak, right? And then this is what we're dealing with now. And people don't understand, the culture is good infrastructure, right? That's culture.
Yeah.
Making sure your lights are on and electricity
Foundation.
works. You got water.
A strong military.
Yeah,
When those planes flew over the event, it's not to be people make it into this negative thing. It's to show no, we have the best military in the freaking world. Look what we can do. Look what we built.
Yeah.
That's showing the culture.
Right. And then you can't, if you don't realize, you don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
You won't appreciate it. And then you get caught up in all these superficial things.
Look at that.
We do this. Oh, we do that.
Yeah.
Stuff that don't matter. That the byproduct, right?
Yeah.
Stuff that no, you could do it or not. It's not going to change your life.
Kool-Aid and pineapples.
Oh my gosh, yes. Stupid, but again, all that stuff is just you got too much time on your hands.
Right.
Or you want diabetes. I think it's the government trying to get people sick.
I'm saying because of the culture. Because the infrastructure has allowed you to do other things.
Right. I just want to show this view. First of all, you saw that he renovated the pool. Have you seen that? The thing was disgusting. Nobody could go there. The water was all nasty. And then when he was renovating it, they were complaining about that. But look how beautiful this is. Look at that view, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Talking about rainbows, right?
Yeah.
And let me show this real quick. Just this amazing sight right here.
That's beautiful.
Look at that. The way they put this event on, Zac Brown band did the national anthem. And of course, let's watch.
I heard it was good. I heard the fights. I didn't watch.
They were all knockouts, 7 knockouts.
Yeah, I heard it was
all good fights.
Really, really even.
It was well done. Dana White came out and said it was one of the best events he's ever done. I mean, even people on CNN were like, I went to the NBA Finals. This was better than the NBA Finals.
Yeah, one dude that was he likes UFC, but he's also, really left and he hates Trump.
Yeah.
He even said it was actually good.
Yeah,
it was really a good event, good fights.
But the ones that are online to make money hating Trump, they have to turn.
This guy is the worst, yo.
Check this out.
This is what Donald Trump is doing in front of the White House right now, and yes, this is a real video.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
Remember when Donald Trump said he was going to bring respect and normalcy back to the White House? Yeah, well, now there's people jumping motorbikes over the front lawn. There's a UFC octagon and claw on the south lawn. And there's a ballroom being built in the now destroyed area of the East Wing.
Okay.
It's not-
buddy.
His
It's
face
not-
right there
yeah.
just shows
It's not
up.
done yet, guy.
Yeah.
But
They always say, "Oh,
This is what Don-
it's a demolition. It looks like it's apocalyptic." I'm like, they're building it.
No,
Yeah.
but the funny
They-
thing is, people were showing like, okay, in the comments they're like, oh, you wanted this back, you want this back, yeah,
Yeah.
you want drag queens with the White House lit up in rainbow colors. That's normal.
Yeah.
You want this back. You know what I mean? But what he did was horrible. Like that's what people were saying in the comments. Yeah. So the only part of the event that I felt was like, in bad taste, if you will, or like too much was one of the guys that won the fight. He's a champion, and he was being interviewed by Joe Rogan. I don't know if you guys. So of course that's what everyone's running with. Trump's event. Fighter calls, leans into right wing talking points. Michelle Obama is a man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, what's that got to do with anybody else?
But that's what they're gonna do. They were just run with that.
Yeah, I know, but like that's what the UFC is too.
Yeah.
You're able to say what you want to say.
Yeah. And then Jim Acosta was apparently outside of like they took Trump's name off
He's
the
trying
Kennedy
to hold
Center.
on so bad.
Yo, did you hear about that? They tried to they took Trump's name off the Kennedy Center because of a Obama appointed judge that said it was unconstitutional or whatever. So he did a 11-hour live stream where he sat outside waiting for it to happen and was live streaming the entire time, like to catch the moment when they were going to remove Trump's names. But the crazy part was it was a womp situation because they covered everything with a tarp, so he couldn't see it. But listen to his statement of him trying to like turn it into something bigger than it was.
This is a giant waste of time, and it's a sign of what a petulant man-child he can be. But as we've been saying all night long and all day long, for that matter, this is very much like watching the Berlin Wall coming down. It is a sign that that mankind, that humankind, can stand up against tyranny.
Bro, this is
he caught himself. He said mankind. I mean humankind.
Yeah, but bro, you're comparing Trump's name being taken off of the building to the Berlin Wall coming down.
Yeah.
Literally, no one's out there but you.
Yeah.
When the Berlin Wall came down, it was like, are we kidding me right now?
I mean, dude, let's talk about the World Cup.
Yes.
Let's talk about in the 80s. You know who won a couple times? West Berlin.
Yeah.
So there was two Berlins,
Right.
West Germany.
West Germany, yeah.
Yes, there was a West and East Berlin, but West Germany, right? Why? Because there was a wall.
Because there was a wall.
There was a separation. You know who never won the World Cup? East Germany.
Remember the speech? Gorbachev, tear down that wall.
Yep. I mean, that's so iconic.
Yeah.
And points to
Comparing
something.
that
to that is like,
some
he wants to be
letters
relevant.
being taken off of a building because a judge ruled it.
Yeah.
So y'all could get some political win that nobody cares about. And he did an 11-hour live stream because he wanted to catch it.
But how do you do 11 hours of that?
I don't know, man.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. I just saw that he did an 11-hour live stream. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
you can do it when you so full of yourself, man.
Crazy.
When you got a lot to say, when nobody can challenge you, you know.
instead of you just enjoying, the celebration 250 celebration of the US or the World Cup, you out there,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What else? I mean, I was gonna go into the Karmelo Anthony.
Did you
verdict.
see this? This is that. Did you see that Brazilian girl? Did y'all hear about that?
No. What about it?
She did like a skydiving thing, and the video is of like two guys holding her. She's like, in the Superman position, holding her, and then they threw her. There's different angles of it, bro. And they didn't strap her. They didn't put the rope on her. And there's a video of her just hitting the ground.
Dude, I didn't know what that was.
Yes.
I'm like, why are they just throwing her off?
Yeah.
I didn't have any context. It was just something I think I saw on like TikTok or something, and I was like so confused.
Yo, it's
and they blurred out.
Why did you want me to see that?
Yo, it's. I'm just saying how crazy it is.
I just
nobody.
Looked it up.
Yeah.
That's
that's horrible.
That's horrible.
Did she die?
I don't know.
Yeah, she died. She died. But it's.
So what? They were supposed to strap her into what?
She was doing like a bungee jump thing. And,
a bungee jump.
Yeah. There's like all these dudes, the two dudes that's there like holding her, and there was somebody behind. Nobody checked to see if she was hooked on.
They never strapped her in?
They never strapped her in, bro.
Oh my God, that's horrific.
That makes me think, like, we're doing excursions on these other countries, man.
You gotta be
careful. You gotta be careful because the laws not the same.
Not like America. Like
Not
all these
like
people
America.
are finding out coming over here, loving this country. Dude, I saw a dude that went to Walmart for the first time. He was just like blown away by how much stuff was in there.
And then Costco.
There's another guy.
Buc-ee's.
People people finding out about Buc-ee's.
This is a gas station.
Yeah, man. Dude saw cheerleaders for the first time. Mine was blown. What else was it? A whole bunch of stuff. People eating brisket for the first time. I saw one dude eating clam chowder for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, their minds are just being blown. Like, so many things that...
Yeah, that's the thing with the U.S., man. Like, there's so many different places that have their own thing. The fried chicken down south or whatever like that, the clam chowder, the barbecue in different parts of the country. This is so different. It's not like going to Germany where it's
not like
little.
Anywhere else in the world. I saw a video. We played it on here months ago, I think, where a dude was like telling everybody like, we Europeans have no idea what we're talking about when we say Americans are not traveled, because I've been to America for months now, and I can tell you that I haven't seen any of it. Like he said, you can be in America and see every single climate, every single culture, all kinds of different food, and never leave the country.
Yep.
You can just go, and you can drive for days and still be in the country.
Yeah.
Like there's nowhere in Europe like that.
I'm about to be in the desert.
You're right.
Be in the desert.
You
next
can go
week.
to desert, tropical, mountains, tundra. The West and California is a totally different. California is its own thing.
Yeah,
like the climate there is so different than anywhere else in the world. Like it's crazy.
It's a beautiful country.
I do want to show this clip of one more guy who is trying to turn it into a bad thing.
Does no one else find it ironic that the food that these Europeans are just losing their minds over is just cheap imitation cultural food that they've been calling uncivilized for centuries? Because that's why American food is so good. It's the result of black and brown culture scaled by the market. You're calling Taco Bell the promised land. I'm losing your mind over Chili's. I'm watching videos of kids breaking down behind Popeyes. Can you imagine if you ate the food that we eat instead of the corporatized version of it. And then in contrast, you see that clip of that famous soccer player getting stopped at the mall. And if you notice the difference, the American guy is genuinely curious because we appreciate cultures. Y'all don't do the same. Y'all do that Euro elitism. How often do you think about the Roman Empire? Everything Europe has ever done is the standard bullshit.
This has got to be a guy who's never been there.
Yeah.
He's just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing is the thing you're enjoying was built by the very cultures you've been taught to look down on. You're like Asgard. You pretend to be this beautiful, enlightened society when you're actually built on blood. And when you have spent centuries believing that you're the center of civilization, you stop being curious and you stop appreciating cultures because you can just consume them. And that's how you think that Taco Bell is good cuisine in the fucking promised land.
I just thought that was hilarious. Like, that's what you getting from all of these people praising your country and like enjoying the simple things that we take for granted every day because we have access to them all the time. And I just find that hilarious.
When you know everything and you got that pretentious, confident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you just so intellectual.
There's a channel on YouTube that I find interesting that I watch sometimes where these two British guys, they bring American food to students in England.
I've
Have
seen
you watched that stuff?
Yeah.
I love that channel because it's like they love American food.
Yeah.
So they want to introduce it to their people and then watching their reactions to the stuff that we eat. And for the most part, they usually love everything.
Yeah, there's a few that...
Yeah. Some things
I
are like,
wouldn't
nah,
it.
it's not for me.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they love everything that we have.
Yeah.
And to now see these cultures come here and get to see it in real life and experience it. One of the things that blew my mind was, how people were so enamored, and then we'll wrap it up after this. People were so enamored with yellow school buses.
Really?
They don't have yellow school.
They don't have anywhere in the world, bro.
What?
Yeah, where's this video? I had the video on it where people their minds were blown because of yellow school buses. Where is it?
Probably just type it in.
Yeah, I can type it in.
Brings me back to Kamala talking about school buses. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't remember that.
You remember?
Oh,
Real?
Here it is. Here it is. Yeah.
Wait, the yellow buses are actually real?
Yes, all over.
What? I thought that was like only in cartoons.
No.
You guys actually have them.
America, my British dad is visiting for the first time from the UK. What do you think? Here he is. What do you think of school buses? The American classic school buses.
I've seen two today. Brilliant. Dirty, great big overhang on the back. That's what we're looking about. We got nothing like that in the UK.
As an Aussie going to America, I was like, those yellow school buses don't exist.
Until they do. Our buses are nothing like this. It's almost like I'm in one.
I only took one photo of these buses because I was like, ooh, school kids taking photos, not about it. I'd just say the rules are when that pops out, you stop. Can confirm I love these.
Oh my God, the yellow school bus is real. The yellow elementary bus is real. I'm gonna go for a ride. Hey, yo, wait up! Oh my God, this is so surreal. This doesn't even feel like real life. Hey, I'm gonna go for a ride in a yellow school bus.
He jumped on the bus.
I'm gonna go for someone called Carm. Even the houses and the guy that throws the paper on the drive and the letterboxes. Life isn't a lie. Let's see if they've got an email.
That's what our transport back to the motel is an American school bus. No, because I'm actually living my childhood dream right now. What is going on? Okay, let's go inside and explore. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh, it's steep. That's where the driver is. So sick. And now bum test. It's comfy. The seat is very cushiony.
Bum test.
Guys, hold up. What's going on? Ceiling as well is also quite high, which I'm actually really
In the States, a bum test is something completely different.
surprised. And also a cheeky floor inspection. It's clean. Not a single piece of garbage either.
Hold up, American school buses, you're Angelina certified.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm love. This is the part of the internet that I love. Like
Yeah.
you see, like, you know, genuine childlike joy from just the simplest things, man.
Yeah.
And you know, that's amazing
But that's
to me.
again, it's something. It's new.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
You haven't seen it before. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing. I think we all can relate to.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's like a childlikeness, right?
Yeah.
But I think it also points back to like we can become so jaded with what we have,
Exactly.
unappreciative,
Yeah.
and we forget what God can do.
Like Sweet Boy that you just played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to the UK, like seeing those double-decker buses and
Yeah, the
little
phone booths.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
took pictures of all that stuff because it was like, yo,
Yeah, you
it's
see that all the
in
time.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I kept seeing was like trucks.
Yeah.
Because you know they got the small trucks.
Dude, they love
in
the
Europe.
truck. There was a bunch of Scottish people like taking videos of our big, massive like semis and the
Dodge
cement
Rams
trucks.
and-
Yeah.
Huge.
They love it, man. Yeah, I mean, it made me feel good to see that blowing up on the internet. The fact that all these Europeans are coming here and they're praising this country.
Yeah.
You know,
Good stuff, man. Let's, spread the good stuff.
Yeah, man.
You know.
I mean, we talk about it so much. Like, we gotta appreciate what we have. Or
Yeah.
you're gonna lose it. Like,
Yep.
it's that simple. And there's things that there's issues. There's issues with every place you go to. There's always gonna be issues. We live in a fallen world.
Yep.
You know, nothing's gonna be perfect. But if you're always, and we didn't speak about it, but I think that was like the huge thing with the Karmelo Anthony.
I was gonna get to that. We didn't get to it, but that was crazy.
It was like they focused on the wrong thing. Like,
Yeah.
the parents of him, like it could have went so different for him.
Yeah.
And I think they just wanted to make it about racism.
Yeah. Well, they ran to civil rights activists before they even got a lawyer.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
you know what they were making it about. They saw this as
Right.
an opportunity to raise a bunch of money, and you
Right.
know,
And it could have been totally different.
Yeah.
It could have been about bringing people together.
Yeah.
Like
Metcalf's dad was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
video, that was his dad, right?
Yeah.
That he said he wanted to go and pray with them.
He tried to,
and
they kicked him out.
They kicked him out, and it's.
And then
it's just
I don't know
sad.
if you saw that video he posted after the verdict, and after seeing everyone's response, where he kind of like you could see he was angry, and he just went
Yeah, yeah.
off and he called him
Said some stuff he shouldn't have
watermelon
said.
felon and
Yeah.
but you could tell he's acting out of emotion now, like he's angry.
I mean, dude, your son was killed.
Yeah.
Your family's going through all that.
Right.
You can't say nothing
Right.
because
Gag order.
legally you
Yeah.
can't say anything whatsoever. So he was holding a lot in. I mean, I can understand it. I still
Yeah.
don't think
It
I don't-
wasn't the right move. Yeah.
He shouldn't have said some of the stuff
Yeah.
he said, but a lot of the stuff he said is true.
Yeah.
It's just like just because it's true don't mean you say it. You
Yeah.
know. So it sucks because you get jaded by this stuff.
Yeah.
You see this stuff, and it's so annoying, dude.
And people are out here just saying stuff that's completely not true about the case.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how bad it is, like what people are saying.
Yeah.
And, you know, hired actors out in front of the court.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, people, even Charleston White talking about it's an all-white jury, you know, saying that he got jumped and there's video footage that they wouldn't play. Like, all this stuff
Yeah.
is just not true.
Charleston White is like, he's kind of...
He's starting to. He just distanced himself from the Karmelo Anthony's family.
Yeah.
Because of like he's realizing now that they're grifting.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean...
And they used him.
But the fact that he couldn't see that is crazy to me.
It's
Like-
because a lot of black people suffer from their race superseding everything and loyalty to blackness.
Yeah.
Superseding everything.
That is something. Like I kind of touched on it with like what I was saying with the guy
Mhm.
who was talking about like black culture. It's
Yeah.
not really culture. Type.
Yeah.
That's something that has been a spell,
Mhm.
like on people of color.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, like you go to Africa, they're all from different countries. They're black, but they're all from different countries.
Yeah.
Meaning they all got different culture, right? They all do different things.
Yeah.
They don't like, you go to the Caribbean, they all do different things.
Yep.
They don't consider themselves, oh, I'm black. But when you come here,
unless you're Sammy Sosa.
No, he's no black.
No, he
no
And
black.
that's what I'm saying.
He no black.
No black poppy.
You see that picture I posted of my dad's
Yeah,
birthday?
I
and him
saw
and
it.
old
That's
Sammy?
why. That's why.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I know black poppy.
Yeah. No, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it even gets even deeper in when you go to Africa, because I remember like talking to people, especially when I was in Kenya, like they break it down to tribes.
Yeah.
Like, they all live in the same country, but we're this tribe, they're this tribe.
Yeah.
They do this, we do this. We're not the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they like even the countries, they're like they kind of superficially put, we're not like within a country. I think it was the guy from Benin. He's like, there's 40 different tribes in this small country.
Yeah.
And I have nothing like hardly anything alike with this other tribe and this other tribe versus our own, how we do things in our tribe.
Yeah.
Like culture is totally different.
Yeah.
You know, so and when if that's a trap.
Yeah.
When you're looking at things just in color, and then you don't want people to look at you in color, like as a color. Like, it's crazy.
It is. It's insane.
That's not who we are. Like, and this is what's happening in black culture.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, you got to separate it. Like, you can't, you see it's happening to a lot of black people, especially in urban settings or in broken family settings. You know what I mean? Where, again, it's more acceptable to act that way. But you also see like where people are separating themselves from that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Where there's strong fathers in the household. And so how could you say that those people are the same as these people over here? They're not the same.
Yeah.
Right? You can't compare them. So when we just say, I think that's something that's got to change, like black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know it's something that
I agree.
We've kind of accepted in this country. But when you think about it, like nobody else does that.
Yeah.
But America. And then like if you say all color people, black people.
Black and brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
people of color.
13% of the population, right?
Yeah.
They don't add, they call me yellow. They don't add me in there though.
No, you are. They don't add the Koreans and Chinese. All of you Southeast Asians, you're black and brown.
We're black and
you're
brown.
You're in the black and brown, yeah. Because y'all don't make up y'all ain't the ones that go to Harvard. They don't count you in there.
Dang.
But if you think about like Asians, like if all that connects you is like what you eat, what you know what I mean, the stuff you eat, like very superficial stuff, like okay, it's not that deep, you know what I mean? But when you look at, okay, what are foundational things?
Yeah.
That's now you're getting to something else, right?
Well, I mean, look at the story that they're using to contrast that. Have you heard about this Ricky Chow story? They're using to contrast the Karmelo Anthony thing of the boy who they chased and shot.
Yeah.
You know, but then they're talking about boycotting all Asian stuff.
Yeah.
Like nail salons, which are Vietnamese, have nothing to do with it. This guy's like Korean or something, right? So they're like, we're gonna boycott all Asian stuff.
Yep.
No hair stores. No like.
They ain't doing that.
They're not gonna do it.
Which,
of course.
but it shows that you don't really understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not really paying attention to things, right? You're not looking at things in the right way. Even that, like, dude, I don't even think they even own that place anymore.
No?
I think they sold it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like...
I mean, but even the story in general is totally different situation.
Yeah. It's totally
different situation. And you're still dealing with a 14-year-old boy that was walking around with a gun.
Yeah. With a scope on.
Yeah. For what reason?
With a laser scope. Yeah. Yeah. Like who... And had been like brandishing it.
Yeah.
You know? So, not to say that he shouldn't have lost his life, but again, are we teaching? What are we teaching our kids foundationally?
Yeah.
What are we teaching our kids? My son would not be caught dead doing anything in the vicinity of looking like that.
Right.
Why? Why?
Because that's what you're aligning yourself with a situation that could end up bad.
Yeah. And if I see my kids even remotely looking like they're trying to align with stuff like that, what are you going to do? Challenge them on it.
Yeah.
How does this make sense?
Yeah.
Make it make sense to me. What are we doing?
Yeah.
But no, that's cute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because
or that's our culture.
That's just the way it is.
That's our culture.
It's accepted.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not. That's not culture.
They want to say that's our culture and you should stop seeing it as bad. Because you seeing it as something bad is because of white supremacy and racism.
Right. But that's how you know it's demonic, because it just perpetuates the thing. Like, nobody's in this whole thing with Karmelo Anthony, I'm saying, there's no accountability at all.
None at all.
No accountability whatsoever. Like, the parents they could have took responsibility for what their son did. And when you look at the witnesses, like when you actually look at what happened, just like 20-something witnesses, and they're all saying
the same thing.
The same thing, that the dude was instigating stuff, and you see
and
it.
that there was no need for him to stab him, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he got parents that took the money and used the money, and they didn't have money to get good lawyers, right?
Yeah.
Because they used the money to buy things.
Well, yeah, they got like 600 something thousand. They bought a 900 something $1,000 house.
Yeah.
They bought $100 something $1,000 car.
Yeah, and I saw people breaking down like the reason why they didn't want him to, because I'm sure the prosecution tried to give them the evidence and show them like you can get a deal and plead down to this and maybe do like get sentenced to 7 years, do 3, you know what I mean, and be out. But if he accepted that, they would not be, none of that money, they would have, all that money would be forfeited. So they were the ones pushing him to take it to court, take it to trial, you know, and it seems like they didn't really have his best interests at heart.
No, they had their own. And that's where you, like, again, like we've been talking about like fathers, like, man, if that's my son, I'm holding him accountable. Right? I'm looking at myself. What did I do? What did I do? Where did I fail? Like, what are things that I could have did that he didn't end up in this situation?
Yeah.
Right? But also, how do we get, what's the best way to get him out of this, right? So that, number one, he learns, but also he doesn't have to go through like 35 years he got, right?
30. Do y'all think that's excessive?
I don't, because when you look at everything, it is what it is.
Do you think he should have been charged with manslaughter? You think like murder was too steep to call it, because like, you know, do you think he was like intended to kill someone, or was it like just spur of the moment?
When you look at the facts, it's not spur of the moment. When you look at the facts, like,
you think it was premeditated?
I wouldn't say premeditated, but who brings a knife? You know what I mean?
Some people do carry knives around with them. I know a lot of people that do, just not like naturally.
But who like, he was in there, like, something.
He was holding it, and he took it out and prepared it,
like,
and then was like begging him to touch him.
Yeah, and I was
see what happens.
Watching like the amount it went through his chest, like the amount of
force he
had to use, like that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not defense whatsoever.
It's definitely not self-defense.
That's anger. That's rage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, like the murder thing, that is a little. But again, when you take it to trial, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. You know what I mean? And it does suck. Like, that's why it's not a good look for anybody.
Right.
But
a man died, and this boy's life. I mean, he'll probably be out before the 35.
Yeah.
but still, like he'll probably be in his 30s by the time he enters back into society.
Right. And it just like we have to teach our kids.
Yeah.
We have to take responsibility.
And even on the other side too, I thought about this, like how did they react? Like it was raining, do you like I would want to teach my son, to have compassion. Like maybe he wanted to get out the rain and, it was just high tension and I'm not putting fault on anybody. I'm just, thinking on the other side, like what if they welcomed him, into that tent,
Yeah. I mean, that's that is definitely another side of it. I mean, I will say that there is a culture of, and they mentioned this in the report before, that there is a culture of like people going into other people's tents and stuff getting stolen, stuff being missed. You had a situation like that
I was just gonna
in
say
soccer.
That. Yeah. Did I tell you about that?
The lady?
No. Different situation.
It was different.
Lady.
Yeah. He's talking about the lady that stole y'all food.
That went
the
to
lady
food,
that came and was eating y'all food.
Eating y'all tacos or whatever.
When they had food for y'all after one of the game and the lady just came in there and
yeah.
y'all food.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, not that. There was one, the tournament we had in Cherry Hill, they have like a tent city where everybody puts their tents, right?
Yeah.
And so we're thinking like, all right, we'll just leave our stuff, go to the game. Nobody's watching it because everybody's got their own tents. And one of the tents they took, I bought a whole watermelon, cut it up. I had it in like 2 bags put in our cooler. They took all our watermelon.
Wow.
Took everything and took our waters. And then we had trash bags tied to the tent, like sides of the tent. It's filled they put all their trash in our stuff. Like, just, dude, there was trash cans. Like, you just got to walk a little bit, But it was just like, for me, so disrespectful.
Yeah.
So crazy that I'm like, dag.
You didn't think people would do that.
I didn't. Yeah, you wouldn't think. Like, I'm
Right.
like, okay, I thought there would be a little bit more of a culture. But so the next time, if we do another tournament, I might put a little camera in there or something.
Or have somebody sitting. So imagine you got somebody in the tent and
Yeah.
you see people coming in and you want to say like, yo, who are you? Why are you here?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they meet you with aggression instead of saying like, oh, my bad, I didn't realize, like I just was trying to get out of the rain. And then be like, okay, no problem. Yeah, you can sit here. But if you be like, don't talk to me. Like,
Yeah. And so that's the thing where like I heard that too.
Yeah.
You can understand why people would get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because people steal. People are, you see, and I used to run track and I remember in those relays and you get the tents and you're there all day. And yeah, there are people from different schools because them.
Yeah.
And we get together, but there are some people that are disrespectful and you get to know who they are too. I remember from when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there is like, yo, you can't be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's not just cut and dry.
It isn't.
And you got to understand it. But again, I think maybe they could have handled it a little better.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the fact that you
stab somebody.
you thrusted that knife in somebody's chest.
And people just picking sides just because of
race,
the same race.
And we'll say it. We'll openly say it. Like I'm just team black, so I'm going to support Karmelo.
Yeah. I watch a lady, she's, a black woman. She was talking about it and, she admitted that he was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what side she picked?
Yeah.
Because he's black.
Yeah, and that shows your own bias.
Yeah.
Like literally you're saying I'm biased and I don't care.
That's what Charleston White said. He said I got caught up in my bias.
Oh, so he admitted
he admitted it, that like he was emotional, he was caught up in his bias, and he's trying to support the family. And I heard conversations where he called like Anton Daniels. He's basically crying about like the fact that Carmelo did wrong in the trial, and you know what I mean. Talking about how Austin Metcalf had just got suspended for fighting, and he broke his dad's collarbone, and all this stuff. Like basically saying that these dudes were unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. But at the end of the day, someone got stabbed and died.
Yeah.
All the witnesses there said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That the most he did was try to push him to get him out of the tent. So
yeah. Remember Pony Boy?
Yeah.
You know that movie?
The Outsiders.
Mm-mm.
Right? That's his name? Pony Boy?
Pony Boy, yeah.
Yeah. You never watched Outsiders?
Nobody but Pony Boy in the corner.
No.
Karate Kid? Daniel's son?
No, Ralph Macchio wasn't Pony Boy.
Oh, yeah. But Ralph Macchio was the one that stabbed him, right? Not Pony Boy. It was, what was his name?
Johnny?
Golden? What was it?
No. Pony Boy was Pony Boy was his friend.
Yeah. Pony Boy
I think it was Johnny. Yeah. He was Patrick Swayze's brother in the movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was his friend.
Yeah.
But not Pony Boy, the other guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all talking
about. At least
about.
he knows. The Outsiders, man. Never read that book in school?
No.
Never watched the movie?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Gotta watch it, man.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Good one?
It's good.
Yeah. It's a real good one.
I put it on my list.
Yeah. I mean, it's an unfortunate story.
But
I did have a bunch of it. Did you see the videos of people going around filming themselves beating up random white people saying, you was on the jury, wasn't you?
No.
You didn't see that?
Going
viral.
Yeah.
Like going around just
horrible,
going
man.
up to a random person sitting on the side and just smack them in the face and be like, you was on the jury.
That's horrible.
And filming it.
And even if I was, why are you hitting me?
But those type of people, like, who wants to be around you?
Yeah.
Nobody want to be around you. I don't want to talk to you.
And this is why it just becomes more of a racial divide, because then people are looking at that and being like, this is what y'all are caping for?
Yeah. It makes no logical sense.
And you say you want to be respected?
Yeah.
You say you don't want to be judged? The one woman that was like, what am I supposed to tell my 5 sons? I got 5 sons. What am I supposed to tell them?
Oh my gosh. It's horrible. You tell them the truth.
Yeah.
You can't act that way.
Right.
You have, like, what do you tell them?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do nothing in life.
Right.
And, like, what are you
No one's ever
trying to
going to
say?
be on your side. You're going to always be seen as an animal. Not if you ain't out here acting crazy.
Yeah.
Hotep Jesus went viral for being on some interview, and he's out here talking about, I want white people to understand that if you push one of us, you might get killed. Like that's where we at as people. Like we are aggressive. All that soft stuff is for y'all. Like, and the guy interviewing him was like, "Do you understand that you're perpetuating the stereotype?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care. Like, y'all need to know. Like, you can't. If you mess with us, you gonna get killed. Like,
wow.
What are we doing?"
Yeah, it's gonna get that type of mentality. Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Where do you go, Jake?
When it all stops making sense.
It's sad, man.
This lady. I just gotta show. This lady went viral so bad, and everybody was making memes about her. I don't know if y'all saw this.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
Just like Karmelo was doing. I'm glad you just said that. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
I don't have an
Yo,
opinion.
this lady went so viral. Everybody, you can only imagine using editing and AI that everybody went crazy, making this women all kind of animals, all kind of memes.
Why is she looking like that? She looks possessed, bro.
She does.
Yep.
With rage.
His motherfucking self.
Jamie, that's not nice.
That's what she did. That's what she did. I'm like, yo. But people were this was right after the verdict. This was right after the verdict. So people was out there going crazy. Yeah.
Just emotional.
That is literally emotion. What do you expect when you look at the facts? Like, what do you expect? I don't.
This is what I was talking about.
Hey, weren't you on jury selection?
No, he wasn't. Man. No, he wasn't. Seriously. No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was on jury selection.
No, he wasn't. He's a vet, dude. He's a vet. He's a vet. He ain't been on jury selection.
I ain't worried about that. Fuck you. You gonna die.
Quit, dude.
Yeah. And then another one.
Hey, bro. Weren't you on motherfucking jury selection?
Motherfucking bitch.
Weren't you on jury selection?
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, the hell you was.
I never been on jury selection.
This is sad.
It's ignorant, man.
Yeah. Like, why would you do that to somebody? And these people are clearly people just minding their own business. Yeah.
So they're doing it as a joke to.
They're trying to do it as a joke. Yeah. To go viral. They're filming it.
Well, you know, what's that phrase? FAFO?
Yeah.
They're going to do it to the wrong person.
Yep.
I pray to God that, nothing happens, but.
I hope the tensions die down because this is just.
More positivity.
Yeah.
Let's show some more Europeans,
loving
enjoying.
America.
Let's see one at Wawa.
Yeah, we need somebody to find a Wawa, man. That would be dope.
Yeah. You're always going to have people that are going to think you can't change people, but what you can do is be a light.
Yep.
And in order to be a light, you're going to have to, wherever you are called to shine, they're going to try to put that light out because that's what the enemy wants. So you don't shine, right?
Shine.
So expect to be, dealt things that are unjust and happen to you. But at the same time, what's greater than that? Expect that God can do something with anything you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jordan. I just saw he wrote a comment before.
Yeah, we were way off the subject. That's why I didn't read it. Sorry, Jordan.
Sorry, man. Talking about having two dads or having two moms. Yeah. All right, man. We're going to wrap it up there. It's late. Appreciate everybody for watching.
Dang,
I know, because there was so much stuff to get to. And we was going on in the beginning. But it was good, though, man. Appreciate y'all. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget Patreon is available if you want to sign up, become a member, support what we do, join the community. Link is in the description. We got merch available in the description as well, and also the Cash App link if you want to just throw a little donation to the cause. Other than that, appreciate everybody. Like and share, comment, send it to a friend, and God bless you. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Go USA.
Young lion, go live, yeah. Young lion, you rich, yeah. This kingdom has room, yeah. Go and fight people in.